change my name. I don't want to be Zachary Morrow.
Yeah, like it
Can you
shows,
explain?
I'm showing in the recording that there is literally just a thing on it. It says Brian C posted a new reply in the thread. Femboys, should I click view message?
I don't know what that is. I'm not on anything.
They really can.
It's gonna be really cursed because I don't have any of your tokens yet. I'll ask for them later because I don't need them now.
Okay.
Your message just says they really can fish.
I don't know what you mean.
Femboy fishing, I guess, is the joke.
Oh no, but when was this?
I don't know. Just
Where is this?
it was on Roll20. It was just a notification I got.
Oh god, I have to go in and I literally don't.
Brian C moment.
Brian C moment. Yeah, I'm no coward. Did mine change yet?
Yeah.
Shopping.
What is it?
You want me to change it? No.
If you want, like, whatever.
Zogmar is shopping.
God.
How do you turn off the big boxes in the bottom left?
It's in the setting.
Don't tell him. It's on game settings, chat avatars, names only.
Yeah.
Chat avatars. Oh.
Disable speaking as avatar. Yep, that's disabled.
Names only.
So, yeah, I think it's Michael O. Limbless I.
Limbless eye. Smelly Shanks.
Why is everyone? Why are you Michael out front? I don't care.
Smelly Shanks.
What do you mean it's my name? Like
No, I'm
No,
trying.
I changed my name to Michael O.
Oh.
Oh.
Why can more than one person do that?
Yeah, that's fucking...
Zogmar shopping.
Sorry, great start.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No.
My last oh my Christ.
My last cow.
That. That's not, I am Zogmar shopping. I am not the last cow. I am not dead.
It's such a shame that our last Zach died.
Last DM died. I dislike it here. I dislike it here.
None may enter Vizima.
How's this? Fight for money. We fight for money.
Leb, what the fuck?
Can we all just change our names to fucking Witcher 1 quotes? My last cow died. Witcher 1. No, none may enter Vizima. I have a boil on my face. I bet it was the witch.
I'm gonna get these 20 more sales.
I forgot how dumb Ambrose looks now.
It's so great.
Oh, but a skeleton. What?
Never mind. What's your name, Brian? Ambrose.
No, I'm ShamWow.
Aiden, did you import your bestiaries?
Yes, I did.
Yay.
Why do you... But that's not... That doesn't apply yet.
I'm only saying that because I forgot to import my bestiaries.
I imported them so long ago for testing reasons.
Oh.
Alright.
Simply don't test anything like me.
No. What do you think I spent like a half hour trying to figure out how to make a thing work?
My last cow died. Oh, get it?
Cogged last. His name.
My last monk died. My last wizard died.
My last pyro fiend died. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Anyone else?
I might
See,
be.
that's why you do the roll call.
Yeah.
I don't
can't
want to
forget about
just
the roll
suddenly
call.
do it and then just no one responds. Balazar, are you here? See?
Oh my.
Point stands.
Balazar isn't even here. What's the
Oh my
point?
good cravel.
What? Huh? What?
Balazar, you here, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, well, like homeowner, you here? But that's not how you authority.
Yeah, I'm here.
My authority.
I'll do the voice later.
Fine. Trigus might be here, who knows? Humorous demise here.
Hello. Back in
I
the
don't
game
know.
for campaign 5.
I changed the name.
We have a bug.
Bugged out.
I'm back after a very interesting playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta have a talk about what you saw. Are you a Monica guy or
Oh my fucking.
Chapter 3, you here?
I'm going to kill you.
It's not your turn in the roll call yet.
I just...
Just use push to talk priority if you're angry.
Why is he one? Oh my god. Never. Talk more shopping.
I'm trying to find some Reese's Puffs, but I can't find them.
What is happening?
While you're out, can you get me some Crave?
Oh,
You.
Okay,
I
Crave is
used
actually
to
really
love
good.
Crave.
That's disgusting.
Wait, it's that time of the year. They have Count Chocula. It's on sale.
Why you talking more dimensional deals? I don't remember that.
They're having a sale on Count Chocula.
Can I get an enchantment on my Count Chocula?
Okay, let game start.
Oh my god.
Aiden, please begin.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm turning up Caden to 200%, so I can
That
always
is
hear him
alright.
over
Alien
everything.
time. Alien time. Just kidding.
Please don't. You will blow out my eardrums.
No. I should probably do stupid housekeeping stuff. Yeah. Basically, with XP this time around, we're keeping check benchmark, whatever it's called, because partly lazy, and also, but it's going to work a bit differently this time. It'll be dependent on the character rather than just for everyone.
Okay.
So when a certain character gets set, you'll see. Is there anything else? I just realized.
I mean,
That's really the big thing, I think. If I think of something later, I'll just interrupt the DMing process and just say it. Not really.
Okay.
Alright, how do you even start this?
I mean, how would like how long it's been since the last adventure, where we all are, stuff like that.
Alright, yeah, you can clearly tell. Hey, listeners, this is my first time DMing, as you can clearly tell, so expect a lot of scuffed and terrible improv.
You just say words.
It's,
That is true. You do just say words.
Hit button, go.
Not with that attitude. Alright, so it's been about a week since your last big adventure on, killing a skeleton of Taras, killing a mind flayer, literally destroying the entirety of Menzo Branzan, aka the capital of the Underdark. And you spent that time, well, most of you, two of you actually, spent that time just hanging out, acting, the two of you being the two skeletons of the group. the now skeleton Ambrose, and of course Humorous, who's always been a skeleton. What is this? Alright. Sorry. The rest of you, you've been so exhausted from all of your ordeals in the past, like, since you really became a group, that all of you are exhausted, and you literally slept a whole week. You don't notice yet, because obviously you're not awake, but everyone else has been just asleep. The other two skeletons, they're doing skeleton things. I don't know what. Or whatever a skeleton does. The only weird thing that you know is something only Zogmar notices, which is very early on in the week. You don't know exactly when, but just early. Remember seeing Drogos get up. You could barely remember this. You could remember seeing Drogos get up and walk out with this being. You can't tell what it is. All you can see is just a lilac eye. Nothing else. You see him leave, and then you fell back asleep. However, when you wake up, you do notice that Drogos is back in his room.
Alright.
And Drogos is currently asleep. So, what does everyone do when they wake up? Which everyone wakes up at around the same time.
I'm gonna immediately go to the roof, if possible.
Alright. You very easily find your way to the roof. You may not have been here for a while, but it's pretty easy to figure out where everything is. So, you go to the roof, and what would you like to do there?
I'm going to just kind of, like, look at, everything, like, around from this, like, vantage point. Basically, what do I see? Is it just, like, in a road, or can I see, like, any, like, settlements from here?
You can very distantly see Bresson, but that's, like, very hazy. Everything else, you just see mostly just trees with a light layer of snow on all of it, because it is winter.
I'm gonna start to do a series of stretches and like meditation up on the roof, overlooking all this.
All right. As you do that, let's go to Balzar. Balzar, what is your first routine in the morning?
I'm going to get food, so I make my way to the kitchen.
All right. So Balzar, big hungry. What does Bug do now that he's awake?
Waking up, Bug first sort of like sits on his bed and stretches before getting out and then knocking on Hugh's door.
Nice.
Hugh would be in Bug's room already for that week.
Oh, so
I thought Hugh was in his own room. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So as he leaves his room, then man, I better go see Hugh.
Bug.
Bug turns around. Oh, hi, bud.
No, hey, how'd you sleep? You were out for, quite a while. Kind of got worried.
Good. I feel like I slept for a whole day.
A little more than that.
What?
Just a little.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm really not good at keeping track of time, but y'all have been out for, I think today makes a week now. Buddy?
Wow!
Oh, yeah.
That's certainly something.
Yeah, I was just making sure that nothing bad happened. My routine was basically just walking around, surveying the area, making sure that they weren't doing anything.
Oh, do you mean the new guy, or?
And Ambrose, too. Now that he's like me, I gotta keep a sharp eye out on him. I mean...
Oh, come on! Always trust a skeleton!
The least I can do is teach him some basic things, if you die again, you're gone, and, can't eat, can't sleep, can't do
just
a lot
all
of things.
But you can rattle!
We don't always rattle, I mean... okay, whatever. Anyways,
I was coming to see you. Did you notice the, I put in between yours and my room, I don't know if you've noticed, over on the wall over there? And Bug, now just going to, his wall, points at one of the slats of wood in like the siding, and he just sort of it's probably about for Bug about waist height, so it's pretty far down the wall, and kind of pushes it, and as he pushes it, the entire panel slides back, revealing a small corridor to the room next door. Yeah,
Great.
I had them put that in so you could like stay in your room and just keeping the doors locked. You could go back and forth.
Well, all right. That's very helpful.
I figured, yeah. I just kind of when we went to go ask him to build it, I slipped him a little note with a few specifications for everyone.
That's very thoughtful of you, Bug.
Right? That's what they call me, Bug Thoughtful Vungust. Bar to the stars.
Bar to the stars, eh?
I haven't played for many stars in a while, though. Honestly, I'm hoping on this next adventure, no matter what it is, I think we need to go rock out for one of the kings, man. Go impress some royalty.
That'd be pretty fun if you'd let me join you for that. I mean, we are now.
Yeah, we are! And Bug motions for a high five.
Hugh high fives him back.
Well, I guess we better go find the rest of the gang. I figure they'll probably be in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, I hope we don't get into any trouble. I mean, a week off was kind of nice, but I don't know. Just feels like we need a little bit longer. I mean, you guys were asleep for all of it, so probably just feels like nothing happened.
Yeah, pretty much, but you know what? I'm well rested. I'm ready to go. I figure maybe explore this place a little bit, or just, go find out what's going on. Maybe leave someone here while the rest of us go find some stuff to do, like a shift sort of thing.
Alright, I mean, I guess that could work.
Let's see what everyone else wants to. Let's go! And Bug opens his door once again and makes his way out the corridor and towards the kitchen.
Alright. What's Amber's morning routine, even though he's a skeleton?
Was Ambrose sleeping? I don't.
He's been trying to for a long time. And he realized that he can't, and I don't know how he'd react.
Ambrose would try to lay in bed and try to sleep. But at hearing everybody else kind of getting up, he sort of stretches his ligaments and gets up and he tries to touch his belly, and he's like, "Oh, I'm starving." And then he kind of looks down at his his very skinny and baggy clothes, and then walks out towards the kitchen, wherever that is.
All right. So in the kitchen, you obviously see that pretty much everyone is there now, except with the exception of Drogos and Zogmar. And I don't know how long Zogmar plans on staying up there. Wink. And just Drogos and Zogmar aren't there right now, so everyone else is just in the kitchen doing whatever they do in the kitchen.
Bug has explored the pantries and the cabinets to see how stocked up we were left.
I'd say you are very stocked up, seeing as you only cooked you only made one sandwich the night you got there, and then have been asleep for a full week. So it's very stocked up, and everything's still pretty fresh.
Has Bowser been cooking anything in the kitchen? What's he doing while we were not in there?
Bowser?
I've kind of just been checking to see what we have in stock before I make any decisions.
I figure we go for a classic kobold breakfast. When I say that, I get you guys think I mean heads or fucking flesh or whatever, but I'm thinking eggs, some ham maybe, whatever we have.
I could go for some eggs.
Oh.
You've been over this. You can't eat.
Have you not noticed in the past week you've tried to eat and it's been falling out of your mouth while we're gone or something?
I actually haven't tried to eat anything yet. I want to see if I can actually eat.
He's been laying in bed for a week. I just keep on walking by his room. He's laying there, and I just say, "You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't do a lot of things." But he never listens. Go ahead, go try and eat something. Go ahead.
Okay.
Is there still those pieces of beef jerky drying?
I think they've been fully dried out by now.
Balasar is going to tear off a chunk of beef jerky and toss it at Ambrose and tell him, "Eat this."
Ambrose will try to catch it in his mouth. Just
all right, roll a performance check. I think that's the most fitting for like that. All right.
For Ambrose, it definitely is.
All right, so Ambrose, you see it come the piece of jerky coming at you, and you do catch it in your mouth, though it's like barely. Like you get enough of it so it won't like just fall out instantly. And when you bite into it, you bite into it, but it doesn't taste like anything because you don't have taste buds anymore or a tongue.
Ambrose is going to continue to chew it.
As
he just keeps chewing and chewing.
As it chews, it just falls out your bottom jaw. Just on the floor, like just dry, like shredded bits of jerky.
Do you think it goes through the like hole in the top of my shirt or onto my clothes?
Mix of both.
Ambrose will wipe it off of his chest and carry on like he didn't notice. This is some good jerky. And Ambrose just keeps chewing it, even though he can't taste it. In
What kind
denial.
of jerky is it?
Duck. Yeah.
Can Bug? Oh, sorry. What?
What type of jerky is it?
Yeah, Bug was also gonna try to figure out if he could tell if this was duck jerky.
Is this indeed duck jerky?
It's roll an investigation check, one of you. If one of you is proficient, then advantage.
Investigation. I have do it again. I have proficiency in it. Balasar.
I mean,
Yo,
it's about as easy as tearing a piece off and eating it.
Oh my god! All right.
Oh, Detective Vungus solves everything.
It's beef. It's just beef jerky.
Ambrose. That's not duck.
Ambrose is just whistling and like walking like in the corner, like looking through the.
And how does Ambrose
He's whistling
whistle?
through his teeth, not with his lips.
Right.
Bug's gonna
whistling works.
Bug's gonna try to ignore all this awkward stuff of Ambrose being a skeleton now, and he's just gonna try to like get some pans and some pots and cook some breakfast.
All right.
Like find some oats and some water, some eggs, standard stuff.
All right. How good is Bug at like cooking? Is he pretty like experienced at it?
Yeah, no, Bug knows how to cook.
Right.
It's been a while since he's been in a traditional kitchen, but like he's cooked a lot before, and like he knows his way around a kitchen. Maybe not professionally, but
yeah, I would say you can just make breakfast easily enough. Like your past experiences are still there, just slightly fainter, but not enough to hinder your performance. As the smell of the cooking of whatever, you start to hear some footsteps behind you as Drogos makes his appearance in the kitchen, and then just waves.
Good morning.
What's up, guys?
The magician.
As you all look at Drogos, you see that he still has a very tired look in his eyes, even though he's been, as far as you guys know, he's been asleep for as long as all of you. He just seems very tired still. What's that, Bug?
As Bug's sort of like getting the meal ready. Are you okay? You look kind of, messed up.
Exhausted.
Oh, it's been weird, not since sleeping for a week. I'm not used to that. It's early mornings aren't my thing at all.
Yeah, it's kind of weird we slept for an entire week. Is no one else like worried about that? Like we just killed a mind flayer, and now we're sleeping for a whole week. I feel like something's like off.
I blame it on the exhaustion. We haven't really had a great rest since I think Darthag. So.
I mean, usually it's not normal for someone to sleep for a literal week, though. The longest I've slept before was 34 hours.
That's unusual, but I'd blame it on the exhaustion.
Also, has anyone seen Zogbar? That is the new
Was-
guy's name, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in my room when I woke up. I don't know what up with, pyrophines and all that.
Maybe
Could
he
just-
left.
I would hope not.
I mean,
I mean,
I
he's
know
not-
Humorous
but
would like that.
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Come on. Like,
Stop
you know,
trying to start something, Ambrose.
tempers were high, but we're okay now. We just gotta relax.
Are we? I mean, we haven't gone over everything that has even happened. Like,
I was
as far
thinking
as
we
I'm-
could do that over breakfast.
Yeah, I figured we could do that today. Like, I'm almost done making breakfast. If one of you wants to go find him.
I'll go look. And then Dragos will just go back up the stairs and just look around for Zogmar. Just checking his room first and then just checking out all the other rooms. And eventually we'll probably find him on the roof.
Yep, he's still on the roof.
Ambrose went into the basement to look for Zog.
Alright. You don't see anything. I don't even know what's in the basement.
We don't have a basement.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the first floor.
We're on the
Is that
first
the-
floor.
Ambrose will try to look for a way down. He
You
knows
mean
there's a big hole.
outside?
Outside.
You mean just outside and down the stairs to the ground? To the ground.
He just walks into the forest.
Which room are we in, Ryan?
You're
on
in-
the schematic.
So the kitchen, if you look on, do you see how it says a 1 all the way to the left?
No, it's very tiny.
Okay, do you see all the way to the left that big, the one with the circle, and you have like the rooms branching off the stairs?
Yeah.
So on the left there, you have the hallway with rooms. There's an A for Ambrose, then BU for Bug, and then Humorous, and then those are all rooms. To the right is the hallway towards the kitchen, which is where we are. And then inside the circular room, that very long slanted piece is the bar, and the other 3 are tables.
Okay.
I can download a bigger copy. 1 second. While we continue.
Just want to make sure 3 is roof, right?
3 would be roof, yeah.
Alright, just want to make sure. I just assume that because hole.
If you
Yeah.
look in D&D images, if you go up some, I did label everything under it.
Sure did, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so you just look around in all the rooms, not finding anything. As Dragos makes his way to the roof and immediately spots Zogmar doing his stretches and meditation and all that.
Squats.
You see him sort of almost in like a fighting stance, kind of facing the edge of the roof. And as his hands move from each stance, you see this wisping kind of green energy kind of coming from his hands.
Drew's just gonna respectfully stay on the side for a bit and just not just watch the display, respectfully not trying to interrupt. And then after about 5 minutes, he'll just say, "Hey, Zogmar?
Yes.
Hey, breakfast is almost ready downstairs if you're hungry."
Oh, I was about to go see if I could find a bow and arrow and get us some meat. Did we have some here?
We got plenty.
Oh,
We got plenty
okay.
downstairs.
Understood. I
It's
will.
the extended sleep schedule.
I will be down in just a moment.
Alright. Joe's just gonna nod and just go back downstairs and make it to the kitchen. Just say, "Hey, Zogmar's on the roof. He's doing some meditation stuff, I think." It's pretty cool to watch, though. Cool fire everywhere.
Pretty soon after that, Zogmar does walk in.
And speak of the Pyrofiend, right?
Yes.
Speak of the Pyrofiend, there he is. What's up?
Though the term is speak of the devil.
I know, but I think that would be rude to just generalize.
Yo, he does kind of look like a devil.
You won't hurt my feelings.
You're like all red and you got horns and hooves. You're like a demon, like a devil, like a bad guy.
I am a fiend, yes.
You straight fiending, bro.
Ambrose isn't in the kitchen, right? He's just been... Alright, never mind. Ambrose is now in the kitchen.
At this point, Bug has plated everything.
I was
Bug!
looking for you.
Well, you found him. Let's get all these and bring him out to the one of the tables out in the main room. I figure we can just have some breakfast, chill out.
Yeah. Not a bad idea. So I assume you all take your plates over to one of the tables. Which one do you guys choose?
Well, take the one with all the meat on it, like sausages and stuff.
Alright.
And then, well, he's bouncing that in one hand, and the other one he's got like some eggs.
Alright, and what table do you all end up settling at?
I would say Bug would go towards the one closest to them, which would be as we exit the hallway, left, right there.
Yeah, I see which one you're talking about.
Are the tables big enough for like all of us to like sit at, or
They should be, yeah.
Say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even Zogmar, it accommodates for you, even though you're an 8'7" devil.
Yeah.
So you all get seated and start eating, for at least the ones who can eat, and start eating.
Ambrose tries to eat.
How big was the plate Ambrose took? Just out of curiosity.
Can you say that again?
How big was the plate Ambrose took? Just out of curiosity.
Just like medium size.
Alright.
Like something he would actually eat if he was alive.
He was gonna be like... Go ahead.
Sorry, just as Ambrose is like trying to eat, Bug's gonna keep casting Prestidigitation to clean it up so he doesn't hurt Ambrose's feelings. Can he try to stealthily do that? Just keep casting.
Yeah, just roll a stealth check. Yeah, he doesn't really notice.
Zogmar's gonna look down at the ham and just say, "What is this?"
It's ham, Zogmar.
It's pig!
It is massacred swine.
I see. And he kind of just grabs the pile of ham and just kind of puts it in his mouth and rips off a huge piece of it.
Oh, that's not usually how you eat food, bud. You serve yourself under your own plate. I wanted some of that ham.
Zogmar didn't eat all of it, I don't think.
No,
he's taking a bite out of it though, so that's gross.
There's another side.
No, Bug's not gonna eat someone else someone else has already taken a bite out of. That's gross.
Balasar is going to take the dagger he grabbed from the armory before he went to sleep, and he's going to cut the massive pile of ham. He's going to cut the bit that Zogmar took a bite out of off, and kind of push it over to the side of the platter.
Bug puts down the carving knife he had grabbed, really sad. Man, this isn't really going how I thought it would.
I now understand.
Would you pass the ham, please?
Ambrose, you really need it.
Buddy,
I'm actually quite enjoying it, so yes, please.
Are you sure
Ambrose.
you
are? Can Bug
Ambrose.
pass him the tomatoes?
Yes.
Just the seared tomatoes.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
He was gonna clear off a space of table in front of him and just kick his feet back and just lean him up on the table with his head against the wall, if possible.
Yeah, you can. And you're just hanging out against the wall, just lean back how middle schools always just lean their seat back against the wall. That's what you do.
Yeah. He
just kind of
feet up on the table.
Yeah.
Ambrose, while he's chewing, is just kind of looking straight ahead, like no one exists.
Staring through whoever's across him.
How is everyone doing?
Been asleep for a week.
I believe that's quite unnatural.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Ambrose, did either of you try and wake us?
I did. The kid was laying in bed trying to sleep the whole week.
I was asleep.
You definitely were
Ambrose,
not.
I doubt it.
I was literally watching you. My route was wake up, check on everyone, check the place, make sure no one broke in, check around the place, make sure no one was in, and then just go back and sit in Bug's room. And I would repeat that every couple of hours. And every single time, Ambrose was just laying in bed, clacking his teeth together like he's snoring.
Ambrose,
Yes.
you can't eat, you can't sleep.
Well, I wish I could.
I understand, bud, but you know, you gotta live with
So
your
I'm going to
limitations.
keep trying for a little bit, okay?
Hey, listen, I never try to grab anything from the top shelf. Like, I know my limitations. Everyone has them. You just gotta work around them, and that's what makes you stronger.
I guess. And Ambrose, like, pushes his plate away.
Bug's gonna try to, like, put a hand on his shoulder and, like, give him a smile, try to cheer him up.
I should probably ask now, like, where is, like, everyone, like, say, like, who's next to who and all that?
I assumed that Bug was next to probably, like, the serving stuff, and Ambrose and Hugh were on each side of him, I figured.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure I've got orientation right. Because Drogos is next to Zogmar, regardless.
I guess Balastar would be next to Hugh.
Alright. So after a bit of just silence and eating after Ambrose's well, at least attempt at eating, Drogos eventually just says, "Alright, should we just talk about everything that's happened past since we got together, really?"
Yeah,
It's like, what's going on with all this?
That would be nice, considering we all keep on saying we're gonna tell everyone everything, and then, something happens and we just end up not doing it,
Yeah,
I think it's about time we got everything out on the table, and I mean everything out on the table. So, we know who's
Our
our
inability
allies.
to have this conversation is no one's fault, really. We're
That's
not
true,
exactly
but-
causing all the incidents.
I know, I'm just saying, we should probably get everything out on the table so we just know where our trust lies.
wait, including this? And Bug brings out the Book of Worms and puts it on the table.
We
Is that?
This is like the book Ambrose gave me. What did you say it did again?
I think it's just better if you see for yourself.
I don't know. I don't really not much.
It has to do with worms.
Oh no, I'm fine right now. Worms kind of gross me out. Bug's gonna put it back in his backpack.
Alright.
So oh sorry, what's up?
I was just gonna say, who's gonna start? Like, how are we gonna, or just go around and drop life stories, or?
Well, you all know my side of the story.
Do
Do we?
Do we
Do we really?
My God.
think we're spending too
The bug in Hugh sync there was ungodly.
Oh god, it's a synchronicity event. Passion Petal's gonna pop out.
Yorgos is looking between you two like, what?
I think we're spending too much time together.
No,
Even
we're fine.
Balastar kind of like leans away from Hugh for a minute, kind of just staring at him.
Do any of you have any questions about what I said earlier when we first met?
Who do you work for?
I work for no one.
Who could you work for? Eh?
Oh, that's a good one.
Eh?
I do know the answer you're trying to pry from me, and no, I do not work for the same person he works for. And he points at Ambrose.
I
Wait,
knew
what?
it.
What?
I knew it.
What?
Bug.
Wait, what?
I was right. Just.
Right about what? Wait, what?
Right
who,
about what?
who does Ambrose work for?
He's a traitor.
I'm
Alright,
not a traitor.
enough of this. What's up with this traitor talk? Hugh, what did you
You
learn?
mentioned this back when Zogmar first kind of for lack of.
Did you learn something while you were
popped
out doing whatever when
Fine.
the incident happened?
Yes.
Are we putting it all out on the table?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
You know what? Let's go in seniority, like order, I guess. Let's start with the originals. You know, me, Balzar, Drogo's, Bug. We were the originals, so I think that we should go around and tell ours first. That way we can get it chronologically, you know what I'm saying?
Somewhat, yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So, I think the first person to initiate this group, I think, was Balazar. So, do you want to start?
You, Brock, and Drogos were already a group. I just kind of warned you guys about 2 other bounty hunters. So I think either you or Drogos would go first.
That's up to him. If he wants to go first, he can go first. If he wants me to go first, fine. I'm the one who suggested it, so.
Yeah, I'd say you start.
All right. So y'all want to start from the beginning? I guess that's what we're going here. He was kind of looking around the table, with his feet still propped up on the table.
I think it might be a good idea to clear the air. Yes. Start from the beginning.
Alrighty then. I hope y'all have time, because this is gonna take a little bit of explaining. I know most of it will probably go over your heads on the first go through, but hope y'all, take it well. God, how long has it been? Let's see. This is 1400, correct?
Yep.
Oh man, it's been 144 years. No, not 144. That's how old I am. It's been about a century since I was alive, and well, let's just say back when I was born, things were a bit different. Today people bargain and buy stuff with money. That's kind of what the whole group got together with, was just for a bunch of money. But back where I come from, well, before the change, it was more like an honor system. You do good, you do well, and you get it in return. That's how we kind of did things. Grow food, people do good, give it to them, that sort of thing. I mean, that's understandable, right? He's looking around to make sure people are following.
Yeah.
In the theory, yes. Continue.
Well, my people are a little different, from what I was taught. Our group of people were known as, well, the name of them was let's see, what was the name of it? Taiamanai. That's the name of the people that came to Plague Land in the first place. They're they're what? Did anyone hear that? Just screaming in the other room. Yeah, they're watching football. So I'm just gonna quickly.
That's fine.
Wait, who's playing?
whatever.
Wait, who's playing tonight?
Shut the door. Okay, so back to Hugh backstory and blood curdling screams.
That's the name of this session.
So dumb. So my group of people were, nomadic people. They would come to a place, settle for a little bit, and then leave and go to another place. They never really stayed in the same place for too long. But they started, I think they said back in the year 1200, so about 200 years ago, they started leaving little colonies for people to, stay in areas they thought was good. And, well, do y'all remember... Well, I remember someone asked me, I think it was you, Balazar, said there was a little town that you could see from the top of the mountain not too far from here, right?
Yeah. We noticed something up there when we were going to deal with Sandy. There was a boulder on top of this mountain facing this one small town in a bit of a valley.
Oh, it's still up there, huh?
None of us it wasn't on any map. It wasn't really marked on the map, and there was an indent as if something had just sat there for a few decades.
I'll get to that. So they were a group of nomadic people, and they were having a lot of trouble finding a place to stay here and play Glad, and eventually.
What was the name of the nomadic people again? I'm sorry.
The Taiamanai.
The Taiamanai.
Yeah, and they settled at that little town that you saw over there. And we call that Grave Valley. That's where I come from, is Grave Valley. We call it that because, we had a really hard time finding a spot, and, it was hard for the group of people that started there, at least from what the history books said, had nothing, had to try and make something. So then they created 4 little groups, families, if you will. That's what they did, is they dropped off family groups to train and do stuff like that. I think the best way to think of it is, you said you had like clans, right, Malazar? Like family groups like that?
Once upon a time, yes, but nowadays we've swapped over to simple cities.
So like houses?
Yeah, like that. There was...
I think it's many names for the same concept.
Mm-hmm. But there was 4 families that got left off there. There was the Lotuses, the Shackles, the Rains, and the Fasumas. And the thing about our people is we weren't fighting more like other people were. We were kind of like, I guess child soldiers would be one way to put it. More like teaching the kids, martial arts and fighting with, every weapon known to man, really, to, train them to be protectors, really. That's what we did. So we would get a group of people, go to a nearby city, and kind of protect it, like guard. And in return, trade with them. That's what we would do, is we would go to a place, trade with it, bring their culture, back with us, and vice versa. It was nice, Jeez. I guess I gotta talk about that, don't I? Like, he kind of, looks down a little bit. Growing up, there was a change in the whole honor system. We started trading with Elsmira. Heard a lot talk about Elsmira. Well, they're kind of the place that started the whole gold, platinum, copper piece thing. Well, they brought that to Grey Valley. We're all fine with it. We like to keep cultures around us close. That little bit of trust. I mean, Balazar, you recognize my clothes right off the bat as being from your people, so that's where that was from. You still got my hat, by the way.
Balasar is going to withdraw the hat from his backpack.
Hey, keep good care of that now. But the money system came in, and that's where things kind of went down. There was a lot of change when the whole money thing came in. Instead of, working honorably and doing good things, people started just swindling, stealing, kind of ruined the whole protector type thing. And, well, I'd be lying if I said that my family didn't take up on the whole money thing. We kind of starved. We were poor, had nothing. The best I could do was roam the streets at night and just scrounge up some food, It's really hard. And, kid, and he was gonna turn to Ambrose. It's kind of why I give you heck over, because you never had those types of problems. You always got everything you wanted. We didn't have that choice. But
I'm sorry.
So Drogos, I guess now you can say it, what you heard at the Star Namer. He somehow knew my name, and I don't feel like saying it anymore, so I'll let you do it.
They called you Boone Shackle, right?
Yep, that was my name back when I was alive. Well, one night, I was scrounging for food around, and there happened to be this girl that came out. She was from another family. The four families had a fighting style. People like, us particularly, we were like fast, quick strikes. I'm sure you noticed that from the way I fight. And, the Rains, they like to attack with 2 weapons, and slow slashes for the Lotuses. And the girl that I found was a Fasuma girl. Her name was Jenna. I'm sure you've heard that with Darthag. Well, that hurts to say. And he was like struggling to get out his past.
Bug's patting him on the shoulder, just kind of nodding his head.
So I'm pretty sure I was on the brink of death at that point, because the elders of the village wouldn't help us because they wouldn't conform. So she was out there one night, and she saw me, and instead of throwing out whatever leftover she had, she gave it to me and my family. So there was a friendship right off the bat there. And over time, we started to get to know each other, and one thing led to another. She taught me how to shoot a bow, and I taught her how to use a sword. And we were very respected for that. Our family didn't like that too much. Her family didn't like us not conforming to the money system, and mine for the opposite. Jeez. The poverty got worse. Copper prices, gold prices kept going up higher and higher, and we had nothing for it. But that didn't stop her, though. She just kept on giving and giving, and we couldn't really give anything back. Kind of sucks. Someone giving you help and you can't give it back. Kind of reminds me of Brock in a way, but yeah. Oh jeez, this is like the hardest part. I promise I'm going somewhere with this, so just hang tight. We're all gonna get everything out here, so I'll speak my piece. But we got together, real nice, and we were planning to get married too. But her parents didn't really like that, because, like I said, we didn't conform. The dad said, "You can't marry my girl till you give me this much money." And he put some ludicrous amount, more than any of us have ever had here. But I didn't care for that. So behind her back, I started stealing. I would hide out in the dark and wait for some, cabin or wagon to come by, trade route thing, the whole trust system. And I had a mask on, keep myself from being seen in the dark, and I would rob them. I would take all the stuff they had, tell them to turn around and run, and if they fought, we'll cut them down. And that went on for a while. I couldn't tell, family about it, or Jenna, so I just made up an excuse of, went off to Nemonis to work. That's why I got my clothes. Really, I just stole it from one of the guys I robbed from. No offense, Balzar, if it was anyone you knew. But,
unlikely.
Alright, but, eventually, word gets around, the elders started getting suspicious, some random guy constantly stealing when trade routes come in. Doesn't really look too good, does it? But, had to provide, as long as it made people happy, kept us all good, I was fine with it. Even though I hated what I did, you had to do what you had to do to survive, But, one night, there was a big old shipment. I don't know how I didn't see it as a trap. Big old thing of gold, to keep everyone up with change of prices. And I hid out in the dark like I always did, telling telling people, oh, I'm going off to work, I'll see you later. That night was a little bit different. Well, went out one day, cart comes rolling up, I jump in the front of it, and I just say, listen closely now. I mean you no harm, just give me the gold within your wagon, and you're free to go about your business in Grey Valley. You didn't get a response. Started getting impatient, and I said, hurry up in there, the sooner you hand it over, the sooner you be on your way. I mean, it doesn't even have to be all of it. I mean, just enough for food at the market. And before I could really do any more, someone called out, Boone, you have committed numerous crimes on kind folk trapped through our village and disturbed the peace and trust we had. For this treachery, you will be put to death. Do you have any last words of regrets? That's... No one ever wants to hear that.
No, not really.
That's why I sometimes get mad when everyone here lets people off the hook for doing stuff like they did. Because I never got that second chance. I was just cut out right then, and, the doors open on that wagon, and, the entire Rain clan stepped out in front of me. That's not fun, looking down at a bunch of people with about 20 swords in total there. And, I turned to hear the voice, and there was all the elders there, and, everyone was there, Lotuses and Jenna and her family. That's what got me. It was hard to see, but there were so many bows pointing at me, and people behind me with swords, and there was one bow pointed down and not at me, and I knew who it was, and she was crying, and I reached out towards her, tried to say something, tried to take a step forward and call out to her, and next thing I knew, multiple arrows in my body, cuts on my back, and, let's just say an arrow in the neck is, what caused it. God, I can't even remember what day that was.
What does it feel to be shot with an arrow?
Not fun, kid. I didn't die instantly, that's what got me. You would think being shot in the neck would kill you right off the bat. No, life has a sadistic way of getting you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just curious.
I lived there for quite a while, and my vision went dark, and it was just nothing. Absolutely nothing for, as long, I guess, as you guys have been out for. But, I heard a voice. I remember it so clearly. You've been dealt an unfair hand, but you get a second chance. Sleep well, got work to do. Next thing I knew, I woke up completely dark. It felt different. I'm sure you felt it too, kid. Nothing. No pain, no emotions, just there. And then it just hit you. My aura came to me. I was in a hole. Climbed out, kicking and screaming, I guess. I mean, I couldn't talk at the time, surprised that you were able to do so openly, but climbed out of the hole, saw I was dead. Tombstone said Boone Shackle, May 20th, 1255 to July 25th, 1299. So, yeah, I was, that's when it hit me. Hey, you're dead. So, why am I here? I ran to my family's house, broken sword in hand, tried to talk to them. They called me a monster, and they kicked me out. Fear of, them killing me again. So, then I didn't know what to do. No one told me what my job was, and I had nowhere else to go. Of course, I couldn't go see, Jenna the way I was now. So, Balazar, to answer your question, I ran. And I ran up that big old mountain, and I sat up there for good lord, I think it was 70 years sitting up there. I dragged that rock all the way to the top, sat up there and just watched everything play out. Friends, family, watched them all grow old and just die out. And so did my family and hers. There was no one else to carry it on. So, yeah. I did meet Seward up there. Don't know what he was doing up there, but just try to help him the way I could. Became friends, and he took me to the Barnacle Express. Became a little thing over there, gravekeeper, gravedigger. Can't even remember what he called me, but yeah. Then I picked up the name Hugh, because fitting for Bone Man, I guess. And I didn't really learn too much because I kept stealing and doing stuff like that, but wasn't until I got the idea to start traveling to find my purpose that started to turn around a little bit. God, it's been years since then, but eventually I came to Nuln. Thought, why not? Bounty boards have my face plastered everywhere. I'm surprised y'all haven't seen them yet, but I might as well stop by this bar here and see if there's anything to work for. And that's when the call came in. Drogo's, Balzar, Brock. The mission, kind of heirloom type deal. And ever since then, y'all know what's been up. But Drogo's when I left. Well, let's take a step back there. The whole samurai thing, getting my mojo back. I figured out who I work for, and that's this guy called the King of Atrophy. Don't really know his story too much, although he's a little bit like me, same type of past, so there's that. I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. Basically, I'm alive to train, become a worthy sword fighter, samurai, and when I die again, or whenever he brings me, there's going to be a great war in the afterlife. I know it sounds crazy. I thought it was crazy to be a living skeleton. I've never even seen a kobold or a dragonborn or whatever the heck he is, and points at Sonigmar. But
I'm pretty sure he's like a demon.
Yeah, he sure looks like one. But that's my job, is to train, do well, go fight, and maybe just get her back. And Hugh kind of looks down. But when I went on my trip, he told me, you guys are the people I'm supposed to be traveling with, but there's a traitor, someone who was so ever so carefully put in this group to come and destroy it, and every one of us in it. And ever since then, I've been trying to figure out just who could that be. But I think I found him. And Hugh kind of turns to Ambrose.
You think it's
Now's not
me?
the time for the witch hunt.
Well, that's basically it. Now you know everything. Criminal got killed trying to provide for a family, and now I'm here to fight till I die, and then die again. So yeah, not a fun life. Can probably explain why I'm so mad all the time, but that's my piece. Any other questions? And he kind of leans back even further in his chair against the wall.
Well, you've explained everything very thoroughly, and I feel like I should put everything out on the table as well. Since you do think I'm a traitor, I'm not sure if you'll believe anything I say, but if anybody would like to go before me, that's, well, okay. I know I'm not... What did you call them? The original party? Coalition?
Yeah, the five of us.
He's got a point.
The next would be Drogo's. I know you've told me a little bit, but it'd be nice to know everything too. You're so full of mystery, it'd be nice to hear a little bit more about you. Oh, and by the way, and he kind of points and looks around there. Don't anyone be calling me by my real name. That's gonna get us all killed. You hear me? I mean that.
Didn't they kill you though already? Why would they still be looking for you?
I
And it
mean,
was over 100 years ago.
People know. Trust me. I don't know how. There's posters everywhere.
that stuff happens.
That's why I'm trying to keep you people from going there.
Wait, posters using your original name.
It has both. Some of the people that I was stealing with after the fact, they can't keep their mouths shut, can they? Turns out, from what I've heard from stories, and I know some of you know my contacts from that life that I've abandoned. I mean, Balzar almost killed one of them, so...
I threatened him, I did not almost kill him.
Same thing, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't hang out with those people anymore, but word gets around, and let's just say, from what I hear, those elders from back then have found a way to keep themselves running a lot longer than they should have. So, some point, I'll need to go back there and take care of business, but until then, I'm with you guys, and I've sworn servitude to Bug, so he's who I'm meant to protect. So,
Yeah. We rolling to the end.
Don't think I'm being hostile to all y'all, cause everything going on. You know, you guys are still in the group, but, you know, until we get this whole traitor thing, like, that's like the biggest priority right now. Until I get that out of the way, I don't really feel safe leaving everyone who's good here, you know, at the hands of what could destroy it, you know? I hope y'all understand that. Like, he was like waving a hand towards Ambrose, like, I'm not here to try and like chastise you or, what did you say, witch hunt. I'm just trying to get things settled, you know? You are good people, I just want to make sure the right people.
So, I know you have a lot of trust and faith in the King of Atrophy, and he said there's a traitor in the group.
Yes, but he couldn't tell me who because it would jeopardize the plan.
What plan?
Well, gosh, man.
Whatever.
Basically,
I know a lot of deities have lots of plans.
Basically,
if you do know,
we're trying to stop the cataclysm from happening again.
The cataclysm?
Great calling.
Yes, that. And he who points to Drogo's, so you know about it.
Let's just say the Oracle of Knowledge kept a lot of things.
Okay, hang on to that. Listen to me when I'm about to tell you, Drogo's, okay? Because this is important now that I'm laying this out here. It's gonna happen again. Very soon. And I'm here to train to stop it from happening again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright.
Aren't we all, like, secretly? Like, honestly? Like, because if happening soon, I mean, like, in our lifetimes?
But
like,
what is this great calling?
Oh, it's hard to really explain. Let me put it into some words that you can understand, kid. And he's gonna, like, slowly turn his head to Ambrose. The complete extinction of all known life on the planet.
What, like, killing everything?
Yes.
that's what extinction
what
means.
he just said.
How?
Your boss.
Hugh, like, his head just, like, you know, in Toy Story when, like, Buzz slaps Woody's head and, like, 360
Yeah.
spins around. It's like that, like, quickly spinning and just turning into him.
Wait, what?
His boss.
What?
The Dark Lord, you call him.
Oh, that's just great. You went and did something with dimensional deals, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that. Well, now we know who it
I was
is.
wondering why you stopped shooting fire out of your hands.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had like a medical problem. I noticed the necrotic energy.
That
But
I don't have a
anyways,
medical problem.
we'll get to Ambrose, but
No,
any other questions? Just know
No, Ambrose
I
does
have
not
a,
have a medical.
I have a bounty on me. I can't go to some places. That's why I'm using Hugh. Don't call me Boone. You'll get us all killed. My bounty's way too high. Any other questions? There's gonna be a great culling. Everything's gonna die. I'm here to stop it.
To end the cycle. Yes.
Yes. Are you also? We'll get to you. Drogos, your turn. I spoke my piece.
I've told you a lot of it already, all of you. That night
Told-
before Darthag.
Bits and pieces, but never all in one.
I remember you said you were from some other plane?
Well, that's what I thought for a long time, but they're learning a bit more thanks to, one of the big guys upstairs.
You have a name? It's hard to keep track without the names.
I'll get to it.
Okay.
Let's just say, Hugh, it's a bit related to the King of Atrophy.
Alright, I'm listening. Any knowledge I can get is good.
I'll get to him later, but for now, you guys probably know by now my real name. I've told Hugh it.
Yeah, you've only told me, I'm sure.
I'm surprised, honestly, with what Sahanine throwing it around everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I
Totally know
basically
that.
didn't.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was
listen to
probably your
anything she
comment.
said. I just kind of wanted to shoot and kill her.
Fair enough.
I think
What's
we were
your-
all a bit mad about Brock.
Kind of pissed me off.
What's your real name? Is it like a
Wolfraxis.
humble boss? Oh, wow. What?
Wolfraxis Balzar is my full name.
Is it
No relation.
Wolfraxis or Volthraxis?
Volthraxis.
Okay.
Volthraxis.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spell it how it sounds.
That's a little rude, Bug. Let's try to respect.
That's a little rude. That's a little classist of you, Ambrose. You think I had a formal education?
Not now, please.
If you want, I will teach you how to spell. But later.
Later.
Volthraxis is a draconic name. It means harbinger. I don't know what yet.
Who named you Harbinger?
Well,
And
my
why?
parents,
That's very cryptic.
Zolnak and Haran Balzar. Blue and white dragon, respectively.
And
And
I'm sorry.
is he related to Bowser?
no
Oh.
way related.
Okay.
We look so different. That's why I look different. I'm not a dragonborn. Might have been able to figure that out.
Yes, you have a
Considering the
tail.
horns, tail,
Right.
the wings.
Ugh.
Of a
Please don't be
condition.
rude, Bug.
What?
You said ugh.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
kind of rude.
he doesn't cover him up. You gotta cover the wings up. It's disrespectful.
Joris doesn't have his wings out.
He's gonna put his hand on Bug's shoulder. Y'all listen to my story now. Let's listen to Grogo's and give him some respect, okay? We're all gonna go around and get our turn.
Basically, I was born with a condition because of some interesting things with my birth. It's called Ericotna. For anyone who speaks Draconic, you recognize that word meaning half-breed.
Oh. One of them half and halves.
That's one way to put it. Basically, if I were to travel to the dragon's homeworld, it would be cured. Thing is, I didn't know where that was for a long time, and I had to be proven worthy for it. Originally, my parents were going to train me into, being a dragon, just minus all the dragon perks of, 4 legs, really big, really powerful, all that.
So, why were you born this way? What, was it just random or?
This may be surprising, but there's another very big conflict going on. None that affects this planet. It affects every planet, every plane, everything. Think of it like a battle between good and evil. The dragons are on the evil side, and the ones that how's the condition are on the good side. My parents were, let's just say, infected by the good side. The good side is being the Celestials. They sort of had a presence, and they're trying to weaken them as revenge for them killing their god's daughter. Eventually, when my parents were weak enough, they struck, killed both of them. I got out because of my scale color and having all this power I didn't know how to control. And they only left me with a scar. And Jarvis just points over his eye at the massive, basically celestial rune over his eye. And, well, I was only there until I was 4 years old. Since then, I left. Over to this planet. Bowser, do you mind?
Sorry.
You just gotta whistle during someone else's story.
Please continue, Jarvis. I'm paying a lot of attention and trying to give you the respect you deserve right now. There's some big war going on between good and evil. The good side, the Celestials, infected your parents.
Infected may not be the best term, but let's just say had a presence. Had a strong presence.
They augmented your birth, or it's congenital, right?
I found out there's two sides on the universe. He's just gonna shake his head at Ambrose as he's saying this.
How did you end up here? And
remember that big circle? Oh wait, no, none of you saw that. There's a big circle in the Underdark. A teleportation circle. And from Arcosia and that planet to here.
Where is Arcosia?
It's a planet on their side of the universe. It's a part of a plane.
Where?
It's hard to explain. It's way too long of a story to really get into right now.
Okay. I'll try to help. Okay.
I get it. It's just,
so why did you come to Player Glad? Why are you here?
Try and figure out the homeworld, my homeworld, when all pure blood dragons have a right to. When I never got it until, well, ever yet. I've just been wandering since I was
it's your goal. It's your goal to go back.
To go there. Period.
Okay.
If I make it there, finally what I should be.
And when you get there, it should cure your half disease.
It should.
And what will happen when you're cured?
I become a dragon. A chromatic, pure blood dragon.
Like a real dragon.
Yep. 4 legs, everything.
Like.
Yes, a dragon.
Okay.
Well, you said good and evil side. Does that mean you'd be crossing over?
I don't know yet.
And
I was born as an anomaly as well. Because if you notice my purple eye, dragons don't have heterochromia like this.
What?
If they do, it would be red and yellow, red and something, not purple. Purple is considered one of the universal colors of the Celestials. As a result, as part of this cosmic balance thing, I can wield both sides. Jarius just flicks his right hand open, and his purple flame appears again, starry speckled about it.
So you're kind of neutral.
In a sense, yeah. All the individuality of a dragon with all the morals of a celestial, you could say.
So
in theory.
That puts you. So that's why you're so neutral to everyone when we fight them.
Yeah, I used to not like celestials, but recently that's changed, as you know.
Would that? I'm sorry to interrupt so much, but you're giving me a lot
It's
of
fine.
questions. Does that make me a celestial?
You were raised by Celestials, yes. Well, raised as in brought back by Celestials.
So
Technically, yes, you were
technically we're
resurrected.
allies, right? I mean, on that level.
In a cosmic level, yeah. We could be.
All right.
Depending on what side I choose.
Yeah, just.
The side should always be chosen, no matter what. Even if it's the wrong one. Sorry, Hoagie. Oh, sorry, Hoagie's popping off.
Yes, the atmospheric squeaky toy really adds to my immersion.
Drogos has a stress ball.
Yes, he is currently feeling distressed now.
He's got one of those like fidget cubes that you see.
He has a fidget spinner.
Use.
So,
Alright, I'm sorry, out of character. Zogmar, fuck off.
Drogus is
Alright,
citrus.
for saying I'm sorry.
I mean, that's my fault. That's not even. I never mind.
Who was talking last? I lost track.
You.
You.
I was. Oh, I thought somebody asked a question and then I did the one moment.
so, you're just wandering,
Yeah.
and I would assume your hope is that you would become powerful enough to be able to go back to, Soul? No, it's, your world. The Dragon Homeworld.
It's called Bellocar.
Bellocar.
Yeah.
So, what, we could obviously talk
thing
about
is,
how we're going to help you do that as a group, because we've been together for a long time.
Now it's.
But I believe right now we are dealing with, kind of some mistrust in the group.
Yeah. So I get to choose what side. That's a privilege that their god, the Exarch, gave. I could go to either of their worlds if I want, and well, I could choose what side I want.
So I have a somewhat unrelated question. Why are there dragons in Player Glad if they have their own homeworld? And why are they eating all the people?
Those are different dragons. We call those true dragons. It's a bit of a misleading thing.
So
They're called true dragons. Us, the one my parents were, the one I am, they were all they're different. Hoagie, do you mind? Sorry.
you cut out.
The Hoagie was sweet, and it's fine.
So the true dragons, and then your family is
We're called pure blood dragons.
pure blood
The
dragons.
The ones that you see, that you would see walking around, just they're raising villages for no reason. There 5 main color scales. Those ones are true dragons. It's a bit of a weird naming cycle.
Okay. Thank you. This has been
They're
very
very
informative.
Yeah. So, just a little recap to get things, straight. To summarize, so your goal is to get back to the home world, so you can decide which side you're on when you're, you again.
Yep.
All right. And you get to choose which side, because you're both dragon and you have celestial power.
Yep. Anomaly of the universe.
It's a lot simpler than I mistook you from, but hey, and he unsheaths extirpation just a little bit from the sheath. You have my sword, and it just shunks back into the sheath. I'll help you.
It's not going to be so far down the line. And if by somehow we do it and, all of us still here, you'll get a calling card. I'll be around.
Okay.
Right, so,
But as for...
I want to, get revenge on the elders and train. Drokos wants to get back to his own place. Doesn't seem too bad of a checklist here now, does it?
It's just, you wanted to know about the relation, with Exarch and King of Avrae, right?
Yeah, that'd be a bit nice.
Father-son.
What?
The Exarch's.
You're just like sitting there, just what? Hold on, where's the gift? This one.
King of Atrophy is the Exarch's son.
Oh. Well, all right. Should I talk to him instead, or wait?
It would be it's way easier to get a hold of the King of Atrophy from what I've heard.
Oh,
I
okay.
only have a direct tie to Exarch because, I was kind of
thing.
contacted by him.
No, I got you.
Twice.
Does that make you my boss?
Just no, I don't think I have any authorization.
No, okay, just kidding.
Boss you around.
Just make it clear.
If I did, I probably wouldn't. I respect individuality. That's the dragon side talking.
Is Bug the only one here not connected in some way to some cosmic battle?
Hugh, not even
Balazar?
looking, Hugh not even looking at any particular person, just gonna do the point finger at Balazar.
I mean, I'm just chilling. I nothing here.
So I guess Balazar, you're next, unless Drogo's. You got any more
And
to tell us?
I don't think I'm connected to any cosmic battle. It's just
Your boss is literally
Right.
like the evilest man.
I don't
stumbled
think
into
that there's any war I'm going to be involved in.
Before I
Right?
stumbled into a conflict. It didn't.
I think
think
we
you
all
really
did
asked
by
for it.
virtue of knowing you.
But it's been a pleasure.
Oh,
knowing
and
you.
for the record, Ambrose, the god you used to follow, Borasisi, not even only vaguely related to the Exarch. It's not even. The Exarch kind of disowned Borasisi a long time ago.
Wait. Why is every deity of plague glad fucking be over today?
Sounds like a you problem.
Let's just say, Borasisi set their sights a bit too narrow.
Balasar looks over at Ambrose. It's not them, it's you.
What did I do?
Now, I'd say, Ambrose, you're fine, I'd say. Unless there's reason for you not to be fine, you're fine.
I am a skeleton.
And
This is,
I did not.
very helpful learning all of this. Wow,
Yes, thank you.
We've only had 2 people talk so far, and you've all got a lot more understanding. So, Balazar, unless Drogo has anything else to mention, I guess you're up.
Oh boy! I do believe that means we get to take a break from gods and large-scale cosmic wars.
I
Fascinating.
guess so.
Finally.
Very well.
We'll probably be right back at it soon enough, yeah, Ambrose? There's swings.
I wish it wasn't.
Really of importance until 15, almost 16 years ago now, when I joined the militia.
What was the name of this militia? You always say the militia, and it's very
We were
vague.
just the Nemonis militia. That's all
Okay.
we were.
The
second
Nemanites.
The first
Nemet.
militia that founded 400 years ago when the storms started. Disbanded when they died down. That the second militia started when they got worse. Massive sandstorms that
Does
blinded
sandstorm mean like war, or is it like an actual sandstorm from the desert?
an actual sandstorm, but
What does a militia do against the sandstorm?
I will explain.
Okay,
We weren't
I
fighting the
apologize.
sandstorms themselves. Hang on. We'd always dealt with sandstorms, but these ones were worse somehow. They winds fast enough to rip buildings from the ground and harsh enough to flay skin from bone.
Ouch.
Cities were buried. Everything fell into pandemonium once they ended. No one was around to rule anyone. Bands of vile bastards, I guess is one way to put it. Nemonis had, thankfully, survived the brunt of the storms. We have these large walls that surround our city. At least we did at the time. I don't know if they're still there now. It's been a while. So, they reformed the militia to bring peace to the desert, get everyone settled. And so I enlisted. And we set out, and for about 10 years, we marched around the desert, finding cities that had been hit and making sure the people had what they needed, clearing out any beasts or bandits that may have set up shop. If they were a threat to other cities, we may have burned them. But we didn't have a lot of food by nature of being in a desert. We had to get most of it through trade. We couldn't grow crops, and with no crops, we can't really feed much livestock. So, a prolonged siege isn't really an option for us. And that was where we came in. Siege breakers. If a fight went on too long and the normal forces couldn't break a wall, they called us in. And it was down within the week. And then 10 years...
What made you so good at sieging?
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that why you can kick down doors so good?
That was the training.
There's door kicking training? Man, I was missing out.
Training. We got, well, my battalion specifically, 2nd Militia, 4th Siege, we were trained in how to crush a defense absolutely. After that, we would be the spear of any push into a city proper. So we often had to clear a building.
How did you live for 10 years at the spear of every attack?
You got really good at it. And it wasn't every attack. We were at a lot of battles, but we didn't always have to do the whole break the wall apart thing. Sometimes you're just there as a normal support force. 10 years after this whole thing started, we thought we'd done our job. We'd hit every city. We cleared out every mad king, every wizard with a grudge. And then something happened. I don't know if it was a coup, if it was... I don't know what, but the group who leads Nemonis and the desert as a whole now, the Rocketeer Council, had a changing of the guard, if you will. A new group came in, and the old counselors were persuaded to remove their posts.
Well, you know what they say.
What do they say?
What do you mean? You know the classic saying.
Is it the one that goes, if you live in this
Live in
world,
this
you
world.
feel the change of the guard? Yeah!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Not everyone knew that.
Well, some of us left out right after that. It was a different council. We didn't all agree with how they'd come into power. Some of us said we'd sworn oaths to the old council, that we had no business even being a militia anymore. There were no threats, no invading army. There was no need for us anymore. But the new council, that currently still sits in power, claimed otherwise. And then the first report of rebellion came in. The city that disagreed with the way the council ran things, that they needed brought back into line. So they sent us. And we burned it to the ground. We did this another 5 years, justifying it because it was our orders, because we'd sworn oaths. Because if we admitted that what we were doing was wrong, we'd have to live with it. Eventually, different units of the militia started disappearing. Cities would get hit and there would be no survivors. And then eventually we figured out that they'd have to hit one of 2 cities next. And one of them was Zelanis. 1,500 men marched into Zelanis one day. My battalion with them. At one point, my superior ordered us to take 30 of the men and march out in a patrol. I argued with him, said we were better off here, defending. He disagreed. Ordered me to do it. Wasn't taking no for an answer, so I listened. So we marched around the desert for a few hours, and then one of us saw a glow off in the distance. When we got back to Zelanis, there was fire and smoke and gas. 1,500 men marched into that city. Only 30 people walked out.
Dominating.
The 30 of us decided we didn't want to be part of the militia anymore, and we left right then and there. Because we were hypocrites. Because now that it had happened to us, now that it was our friends being barbecued and put to the sword, now it was a problem.
He was gonna slowly take his feet off the table, get up, walk around to Balazar, and just give him a hug from behind, just listening.
The 30 of us, plus anyone from surviving units that heard what had happened, left. We were branded traitors and exiled. Didn't matter, we had no interest in coming back for the most part. So I wandered around for about a year. Became a bounty hunter. Doing small contracts here and there. Clear out some local pests. Started working with a guy named Kilris, dwarf.
I remember him.
Well, me and him got along well for a while. Me, him, 2 others. But then, got hired by some local lord. Some village on his property had stopped paying their taxes by nature of the fact that a roving band of criminals had decided to hold the whole town hostage. We were to clear the property. He didn't care what happened to the people living in the town. They were just using up his land. So, Kilris, as we kind of took a look around, tried to formulate a plan, Kilris left for a bit. He was gone about a day, maybe more. When he came back, he had these... I hesitate to call them barrels. They were more canisters, I guess. I asked him what they were. He said, "I'll show you." Started setting them up on the hills surrounding the town and waited for the wind to blow it. And it was that same fucking gas. I don't know where he got it. It was the same gas he had used on Zelanis. I called him on it. told him it was wrong, that we shouldn't have done it. Said, why did I? Asked me why I cared. It's just another contract. I left that night. Wandering.
How many casualties from that one?
Couldn't have been any more than 50, but it's 50 too many.
Hugh kind of like nods and takes his seat back.
Eventually, made my way to Nome. Didn't intend to stay there very long, pretty much get some sleep, some food, more supplies, and leave. And then Kyanite's guards walked in, talking about how someone had stolen their lord's precious necklace. Because jewelry should be at the top of your priority list, but whatever. And I noticed Hugh, Drogos, and Brock all talking together about, working with each other to go get the amulet, splitting the reward 3 ways. There were these 2 humans back in the bar, talking to each other about how they'd follow him around for a bit, wait for him to get the necklace, then kill him when they were asleep. Well, of course, I can't have that. So I got up and warned them, and they offered me a place to follow along, and they'd give me a quarter of the reward money. That was that.
Well,
Any questions?
hopefully, you don't regret joining us.
Nah, you're a lot better than that dwarven bastard.
Do you ever think you'll
Yeah,
try
sewer.
You think you'll ever go back and try and fix Nemonis?
The council needs to answer for what they did, but I don't think that day is coming anytime soon.
But when it does, do you plan on it?
Yeah. I'll be there.
Alright.
Assuming I'm still breathing at the time.
Trust me, buddy. And he was gonna like hold his hand out and that like greenish like gold energy around his hands like flaring around. As long as I can keep you here, you're gonna stay here. I just wanna, make sure we're all on good terms. It's nice that we're talking about this. Get some goals in mind. This is good. Thanks to Bug, Drogos, and whoever decided to have this. I guess the only question I have is, do you have any real goals other than that? I mean, would you stay with the group even after dealing with Nemonis?
Stay with you? Sure. Most likely. I don't think I could stay in Nemonis. Not after.
Well, I mean, I just want to have a place for you to go and be. I know how hard it is. I respected you a lot before, but now I respect you the most now. You got a good head on your shoulders. Fight beside you any day.
Thank you.
I guess if he was here, it would be Brock's turn. But I guess it's your turn, little buddy.
For a start, Bug, I'm sorry.
Wow, okay, I see how it is.
Look,
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Bowser, you were talking about a gas, right? That Kilris and they used.
It was this sickly purple-green color. You looked at it and you just got this sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. It looked the way rot smells, if that makes sense.
That's the one that... Let's just say I know the person who made it.
Oh, come on! Please
I didn't
tell
know
me
they...
this does not tie into your giant cosmic war.
It doesn't.
It's
No.
kind of weird that all these things are connected.
No, I just happen to know the person. Not sure if she'd want me to...
Did you make it?
No. I just said she made
Drogus.
That's an easy way of.
Drogus, if you had a hand in creating that gas, I am
Oh,
duty bound to end you here and now.
I had no hand. It was made long before I even knew her.
At the time, I didn't even know it was Drow. I didn't know Drow existed. Thought it was.
No, besides, she was
I
tricked
still
into
don't
making
know.
it. She was tricked into making it.
Well, good for her.
She regrets it. If you two ever meet, though, don't blame it on her.
The way you say that is like it's actually you who made it. You're just deflecting.
It's a Thrycreen who made it.
I don't know what that is.
I've explained before. Mantis person, 4 arms.
I don't remember anything.
Juris just like snaps on like the on the floor and just makes a cast silent image and to make a Thrycreen. This.
That is a bug.
No, they're sentient
That's not
beings.
me.
That doesn't look like bug.
No,
Yeah.
no, not that bug. Bug is in like 6 legs and it flies around and makes annoying noises in your ear.
4 arms, 2 legs.
Oh,
That's very unrelated. Now, look, let's just say we're not in touch anymore. At least not as much.
If we are done with the interruptions, let us switch over to Bug.
That's all I want to say.
well, thank you for sharing. Man, I mean, everyone has pretty grand stories. I'm not sure what exactly you want to hear. Like,
Everything's grand in its own way.
I
I
mean,
mean, most of our stories have been fairly depressing. Perhaps you could.
what, you want a good one?
You're
I
the
mean,
We're kind of
bard.
talking about life
Just make
stories.
me
I think a prerequisite for a life story is to just be sad.
That's
That
a
is
very.
In
not-
most cases.
I think that's a sad outlook to think that life has to be sad. A lot of life is very
In a lot
happy.
of-
Well,
I
you're the
mean, like,
bard
in a
bug,
lot
so
of-
tell us a story.
Let's see. I could tell you about how I got my magic, but that's kind of sad actually. So how about instead of doing that, let's see. I know that one's sad too. I could tell you about how I met this really swell group of buds.
Are you talking about us, Smile?
So I'm sitting there, you know, I'm kind of walking down this alley. Actually, I'm not sitting there. That's just kind of.
It's this one.
And so I'm walking down this alleyway when all of a sudden this guy from behind me is like, "Hey, you know, you owe me money." And I'm like, I turn around, I go, "Buddy, I don't owe you anything. It was a fair deal." And so all of a sudden he's got me up against this wall. He's got his hand to my throat and he's got a dagger at me. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna gotcha." And then all of a sudden this group of guys walks up to me. And now there's a short feller. There is let's see, there was like a couple dragon folk, and then there was actually there was a skeleton, and so me being the clever guy that I am, I said, "Hey, you know, bud, that right there, that's a lich. He's gonna turn you into dust if you don't let me go." And so this skeleton, who I've never met before, he turns to him and he goes, "Yeah, I'll do that." And so, yeah, and so my spitballing wasn't too convincing, but this guy, he was just on fire. He was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And so this guy, he lets me go. And so then I'm talking to like this group of guys, and I go, "Hey, where you going?" And then I followed them for a while, and long story short, I ended up here. I don't know if you guys could tell, that's just how we met. That's a pretty good story.
What about before that?
What was the deal?
Yeah, I was about to ask, what was the deal you apparently cheated him on?
Okay, so, this is kind of, I don't really use it anymore because I get into trouble. But, you know, with the illusions and things, I can do them from time to time. And this guy, I was like, "Hey, I got a real rare, a rare featherless finch." And this guy, he goes, oh, I really like a featherless finch. You know, he's not really a smart guy. But he liked birds, so I figured he'd want it. And so I all of a sudden, I put my hand behind my back and I make this finch appear with magic. And I turned it around, I'm like, here you go. And I hand it to him. I'm like, okay, that'll be 100 gold. And the guy looks at me and goes, oh, would you take 25? And I go, you know what? I will take 25, because honestly, I'd take any amount of gold for literally nothing. And so, yeah, he walks out with it. He gets out of range, I guess. It disappears. I imagine the look on his face must have been priceless.
So you scammed him.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hugh, I'm beginning to think maybe we shouldn't have helped Bug that time and let him deal with this on his own.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair, remember after we got paid, for the kyanite and everything?
Yes.
I did end up going back to that bar, just kind of in the interim. Remember, when we were going to that one bar where we all passed out? Right before that, when I had to leave for a couple minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was giving him his money back. So, I'm a nice guy.
I somehow doubt that, but I have no evidence.
You think
otherwise?
Okay, so I was really hungry.
That's enough motivation.
Yeah, I mean, I was on a mission, and I ran out of gold, so I had to do something.
What was your mission?
Oh, that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other mess.
No, come on.
Are you also involved in a cosmic conflict?
No.
Alright.
Well, let's get everything on the table, That's what we said we were gonna do. What happened before that? You talked a bit about your teacher and,
Oh, yeah, so, that kind of goes back to how I earned my magic. And not to really get into that because it's sad, but I ended up being inducted into this sort of secret order. I'm gonna trust you guys not to say anything about this, because the last person I told this to was murdered in front of me. Also by me.
Alistar is going to lean in towards Bug and stare him dead in the face. Bug, did you get indoctrinated to do a cult?
No, it's more so basically, have you ever noticed that every king seems to have a bard around them at all times around here?
Yes.
Yeah, that bard doesn't just play music, they can also kill people really good.
I am aware of this fact.
Yeah, it's called the Order of the Song and Sword. And so, what happened was, after I got very badly hurt, real banged up, like straight up almost died. After that happened, I was found, by who would become my master. That would have been, a few years ago now. And so, what happens is, Flap, he took me under his wing. He kind of showed me what was what. And, I worked for the royal lizard folk in Warren for a while as, their, song and sword bard. But, so, when I was coming up towards Nuln, I was actually working for a different king, because, see, what happens is, usually you get a letter in the mail, it's got a bloody palm print on it, and it'll tell you where you need to go. It's pretty scary. I don't even know who sends them, to be honest with you. So, basically, they send me up this way, and I'm supposed to protect, this woman in Nuln. And, I don't even remember her name now. She was like some minor royalty that was traveling through, and her song and sword bard had been killed when they were traveling. It was a whole thing. And so I get up here and I find her. And, well, let's just say that the people who were trying to kill her were very good at their job. And, right in front of my eyes, actually, she just died out of nowhere. No idea what did it. And so I reported this. They just told me, that I was excommunicado for a while, that they'd talk to me again when they needed me. So, that's what I'm doing with you guys right now. It's I'm in the interim period while they kind of stop being mad at me.
Is this a group of people we may have to kill?
No, definitely not. I I mean, all they do is, like, supply bodyguards for royalty. And, like, I mean, you know, like, I've come across Song and Sword Bard before, like, I've seen them come into conflict, so it's not like you can't kill them. They're kind of just like private contractors. Now, the group that contracts us, sometimes they have other work, sometimes they don't. It's a whole thing.
But Bug, question.
Yeah, what's up?
If you kill one of these bards, do they have a tendency to send people to kill you?
No, not really. We're
Oh,
pretty
thank God.
expendable. So the whole idea is you find a gifted student, you teach them magic in the form of song, you teach them swordcraft and other combat means. You preferably find someone that's very unassuming, and you send them in as the sort of minstrel who, if the need comes, they can protect the royalty.
So,
See,
I guess your like goal is to just get new work then?
I mean, not really. Like, it's just kind of what I do, and I owe my life to him, technically. But honestly, I just sort of, I don't really have a, you know, people always talk about having one goal in life. I have a bunch. It's, I don't know. I'm just kind of me. I don't really like talking about some of the stuff just because it's sad. And then, because I like to make people happy. Like, what's the point of having a bad time when you could have a good time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get that. So I guess your motivation is to just make people happy, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I also want to live forever, but that's I don't think that'll happen.
I bet there is a way.
I mean,
And I
probably.
bet you will find it.
Who knows? Honestly, right now, all I really want to do is I kind of want to just spread the good word and try to get everyone happy in the realm. I think it's a good goal, because you need agents of good to balance out the agents of evil that exist. Because there's very small evils that happen every day. And so, you need small goods, like me. I'm a pretty small good. You need small goods to counteract those.
I agree. I applaud your effort.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't really like talking about that stuff, because, being honest with you guys, I've kind of explained this to you. I act like an idiot more than I am. I mean, like, I kind of am, I'll be honest with you, but a lot of it's the act, because one thing that they teach you with the Song of Swords is you want to act unassuming, and for me, the easiest role to slide into is the idiot. Some of it's
you
also...
do a very good job.
I mean, some of it's
I'll
also
be honest
social
with you.
ineptitude.
I'll be honest with you, Bug. I just kind of assumed that you got ran out of town at one point and they hit you in the head with a rock, and that's why you were the way you were.
No. I'm... Like, what do you mean by the way I am? Because, like, I mean, you know, I got scars. Everyone does.
I mean, the whole being the...
I think Bug is doing the thing he said he does. He pretends to be something else, and he knows what you're talking about.
Are you doing that thing again?
No, this time I actually am kind of lost. What's
The
up?
whole playing the role of the idiot thing when you're not actually an idiot. I kind of assumed you were actually an idiot through no fault of your own, and you had gotten beaten in the head with a rock at some point.
No, I've never gotten hit in the head with a rock. And I'm bad at some things, you know, like I can talk to people, and I know history, but I really didn't get a classical education. It was all song. And so, yeah, I'm not good with, like, you know, the fancy stuff, like the arithmetic and the stuff like that. But, I kind of play it up for laughs, but also I play it up because if you play stuff up like that, people will explain more to you because they think you're dumb, and so you can get more information out of them.
I just scare people into doing that.
Well, the thing is, bud, look at me and look at you. The last time I tried to scare someone into information, I ended up upside down on a hook getting bloodlet, and that was not a good time.
Fair enough. We'll have to work on your scaring people thing.
I mean, I'm getting stronger. Look at these guns.
And Bug sort of flexes.
I've definitely been, getting more
You are
active.
still light enough I could pick you up with one hand.
I mean, yeah, but, I could fight back. Before, I really couldn't fight back that much. I'm getting stronger.
Well, thank you for sharing, little buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry it wasn't that much, guys. My stories aren't really that, impressive. I try to write them down.
To be
They're
fair,
impressive to me.
you shared your story before, Bug, when we were in Worm.
Well, some of it. I like to share bits and pieces, just because I think the whole thing isn't really as fun. Like, if I told you that my family was all murdered because of me, that's not really fun. But if I told you that in the context of the entire thing and how I got my magic, it's even less fun.
Or your family was murdered?
Yeah, why do you think I don't stay in Warham?
I'm sorry, Bug.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of just like to joke about it, because if I think about it for too long, I'm probably going to start sobbing, and I don't really want that. I still miss them.
I understand that.
I didn't even get to say goodbye. It was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That was the whole bloodletting thing was like a continuation of that. It's a whole thing. Anyways, I much rather as much as I enjoy protecting royalty, it is pretty nice to just adventure with my friends who I know will protect me if need be, and who I will protect if need be. It's a good cycle, and I enjoy the company of all of you.
Remind me to, after everyone has told their story, to come back to you, Bug, because there's something we need to talk about as a group. But until then, I think Ambrose is next.
Yeah, I think he is. Thank you all for being patient.
Yeah.
Although I believe he's...
I'm here.
I think he's kind of zoned out. Oh, never mind.
Just out of character. It's loud in my house right now.
It's not that loud in here, dude. It's a pretty big room, and I'm the only one talking right now.
He said out of character. Curiously, not that in character.
Why did Ambrose preface his statement with out of character? What character is he playing?
Bug turns to
Alright,
everyone and
I've
goes...
had enough of you, Bowser. Here you go.
Bug turns to everyone. Hello.
Balsar.
Oh no!
Balsar moment.
Oh no! The Nuremberg trials.
I know what that picture's from.
Hey, that's the same picture that the original Bug Fungus picture was.
Balasar's preferred weapon when he was in the militia was he actually just beat every one of his foes to death with a hardback copy of the Geneva Conventions.
Bug and a buddy of his actually had katana head cutting competitions.
I'm writing that down.
Saying?
That's a World War II reference, not a D&D thing. That's not real.
Too bad, as kin.
Bug doesn't
Balasar
How
is the firebombing of a city.
The only source of katanas in that weapon is from Grave Valley.
Later. Ambrose, what are you saying?
Bug used one of those cheap Walmart brand katanas that like people.
He bought the 3 ornamental set from Army Barracks.
And sharpens them. They used Zach's sword.
Joe, I'm so sorry.
Where should I start?
The beginning.
Like the beginning?
Why are you the way you are, Ambrose?
That is a very rude way.
I have come to realize that I am not exactly like everyone else in the way I act and do. And I believe I've been clear with you that I've been trying to change my ways. Like for instance, do you remember how when we first met, I would always introduce myself as Ambrose Jorgensen III.
I like to imagine the entire party jumps in and finishes the statement for him. Ambrose Jorgensen III.
Son of
a bear and a poor
Jorgensen II.
Son of
poor Ondo. son
of
of
Ambrose
Ambrose Jorgensen the First.
first. 16th in line to the throne.
Yeah, we got it. You were saying, Ambrose?
Actually, before that was when I was born, but because of a few political assassinations, when I actually just started when I first met you guys, I was actually 13th in line to the throne.
I think
just
you
a bit
mentioned
of
that.
just a bit of trivia. So like my title states, I am son of Ambrose Jorgensen II. I grew up rather lavishly. I grew up in the aristocracy, and I was trained to know all the things about royal comfort and correct mannerisms and so forth. How to be polite. I had horse riding lessons. Ambrose is just kind of like rolling his head back, like thinking about like his childhood.
All the noble things that a noble child would get, basically.
So you were taught never to work a day in your life.
I worked. I was very keen on my father. He ran a shipping company. Well, he was the boss of the manager of the shipping company. You know, he didn't like to get his hands dirty. But he was very keen on trading and making new alliances and connections with other families and doing deals in business. So I decided to stick with that, and I learned Elvish and Gnome. Well, not Gnome, I'm sorry. I learned Giant. I tried my best to study negotiations. But then, I think it was my 13th birthday, or 14th, it was a while ago now. He just sent me off, without warning, to the Temple of Borasisi. And I met Bakonin, and he taught me a lot of how to fight. And they live in abject poverty, and I could not stand it.
Doesn't feel too good, does it?
It does not.
Alistar kind of like holds his hand, kind of like holds up a finger and goes, "There it is."
They only ate like 2 bowls of rice a day, and you slept on the floor, and
You got 2 bowls of rice a day?
No, you slept on the floor in a building.
I know how it sounds now, but to Ambrose back then, that was like unacceptable and just horrible. And every day they would make me stretch and move my body. It just was really taxing. Well, the bad kind of tax. So I thought. And then one day, I decided I couldn't take it anymore. And I packed up my things and I marched back to Nuln. Or no, not Nuln. Well, yes, I did go back to Nuln. I caught a ride from an orc ship over to Port Ondo. And I walked up the steps and I said to my father, I'm back from that hellhole. It was at this time I had learned that I was 13th in line to the throne now. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It was at this time that things kind of got bad. I guess my father wanted me out of the way. If I think I don't even know if I could tell you, but I have to tell you. So in Port Ondo, well, all of the cities over there, all the human cities, Nuln, Port Ondo, Poln, they're all part of the like human group over there. And they all the houses and families, they're all somewhat related, all the cousins and things, and that's like they're all related to like King Deoe, right? And my family wanted to be a little bit closer to ruling, and so did all the other families. So there was a lot of assassinations and attempts to become next in line to the throne. And my father sent me away so that I wouldn't be a contender for my sister for the throne. I've kind of just come to understand that now, as I'm a little bit more older and I've been thinking about it more, but I think that's the reason. But I think it was pretty stupid of him to send me to a school where I learn how to fight and kill people. So I had just gotten home, and I met my father. I confronted him. I said I can't do it anymore, and he said he didn't want me in Port Ondo anymore, and banished me. And I thought this was going to be only for a few days, but all the guards in the city, they're looking for me. And I believe I met Drogos in a bar while I was trying to lay low? I believe that's the term.
But Ambrose, you were forgetting about the Darthag-related shenanigans in which you met me and Bug.
Right.
True.
I don't even know why Darthag... Maybe it's just fate. Or something. Maybe he was doing it to many people. And I just happened to be in the same area.
Maybe we were the lucky ones.
Unlucky, depending on how you look at it.
So...
Oof.
Referring to Darthag.
I did have some nightmares, and we were in a box of like sludge, living sludge, right?
Yeah, dungeon
Yeah.
filled with Ulmir. I remember that much.
And
There were
then-
a bunch of folk I now know to be Drow.
And Humorous saved my life there. I remember.
Oh, that's
Unless
because
it was a dream. Yeah.
he was made of slime, and then you were made of slime, and I believe you Brock kept calling him a caveman.
I met up with you. The guards, they pushed me out of my own town. It's rightfully mine. I think. That bastard.
Man.
I did get a connection with Borosisi, though. Despite Bakonin, and I did not get along with Master Bakonin very well. He did not like my attitude. Borosisi wanted me to cleanse evil from the world. Then we had a falling out. This was all while we were fighting.
The advisor?
No, the Darthag.
Wait, you had a falling out while you were
No,
fighting
it
Darthag?
was after. It was just after the Darthag.
Was it with the dragons? I noticed a demeanor change shortly after we fought those dragons in Falunda.
Call them dragons.
It might have been. No, I think I had a falling out with Boris CC. And then I went to that Dimensional Deals place. And I started talking with Dimensional Deals, and well, Zogmar's already told you, so I could tell you. But I struck up a deal with the Dark Lord, and I started working for him. And that's when my key, whenever I do anything kind of related to that energy, it became sort of black and necrotic from my normal fiery glow. I'm trying to understand what you have questions about, so please, if you have anything, ask. I'm trying to put everything out, because I don't want you to think I'm a traitor, because I would
You
never
plan
do
on-
anything
Have
to
a
harm you.
falling out with Boris CC about. What was the source of contention there?
I think I was probably being a little childish, and he wasn't giving me the power I wanted. Despite saving my life multiple times.
What?
But yes, I remember I grabbed a cultist, and I grabbed him and then fell into a fire multiple times, and I wasn't burned because he protected me.
I thought that was against your whole phantom thing.
Was that
Okay,
before or after I got murdered by a beam?
I think it was during.
Oh, during.
So,
But it was the only thing that would, in my eyes, that would make you seem a traitor. Do you have any plans of following through every single one of Dark Lord's order? Like, are you gonna, is it possible for you to leave him? I'm not telling you to leave him, but
I
is it possible
don't know.
for you to?
It is possible.
I just know that he told me I have to kill my father in order to unlock my true potential. Which, seeing as how it is, might be correct.
I do have a strange question.
I'll be honest,
Yes?
I forgot Zogmar was here.
I
But
have been a little taken back with all this information. I only knew your names and very
Yeah.
little about you. But what were the color of your father's eyes?
They were blue? Why?
I remember the name Jorgensen, but I do not know why.
They're the same as mine, I believe.
Does Ambrose actually have eyes, or is it just sockets?
Just sockets.
I think when he had eyes, were they blue? Then-
Yes, they were.
Alright.
Ambrose, you don't have eyes.
I know.
when he had eyes, I think.
Have you ever noticed anything strange about your father's eyes?
Can Ambrose do a history check?
Yeah.
You sure can.
Oh, sorry.
You're
I
not
forgot.
DMing?
I forgot.
Oh my god,
I
dude.
forgot.
I don't care.
It was an instinct. I'm sorry.
28. I mean, I don't know what you'd remember, honestly.
Do you remember if they were... if his pupils were more vertical than round?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, that's your cue, DM.
All right. I just
So fun
Look,
fact,
I don't-
the DM is the person who develops the world around the characters. So sort of
I'm
any
sorry. There is kind.
I
Never
think
mind.
so.
I can't get into that.
I think so.
DM is an acronym for Dimension Mold.
All right, that's my campaign. That's over. Good luck. We're done.
Damn.
I was kidding.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
do believe his eyes were more vertical. It's a little. I think that's a small trait of our family. But
I do remember seeing through a helmet blue eyes that were, well, like that.
we're. I thought you were trapped in a book for 1,000 years.
Yes, but then I was in auto for 100. Did your father ever wear a helmet?
Like a knight helmet.
Yes.
My grandfather did. Ambrose Jorgensen the First. He helped quell the peasant rebellion.
Interesting.
I don't remember ever seeing him. He was always in bed sick. So
Well, that is the only question I had.
The only
I'm
question-
just wondering why you would remember my grandfather's eyes.
I know just as much as you do.
So what's your end goal then? Are you here to betray us at some point if your boss tells you to?
I have known the Dark Lord for a few weeks, a month at most. I wouldn't betray him. I wouldn't betray you.
Nice slip of the tongue there, kid.
Happens to everyone.
I don't plan on betraying anyone. But
But if it came down to it, who do you betray, bud?
If you're forced to pick a side,
Why
I
do
would
you not
pick
always?
the coalition. You guys have saved me countless times. And the Dark Lord only promises me power.
So let's say that
I'm
instead
starting
of
to
having
think
to
we're
say,
looking too deep with this whole traitor thing. Hugh,
No.
you were told about this traitor thing like when Otto was still around, not when Zogmar was out, right?
They're technically the same.
they're the
person.
same thing.
But they could have been referring to Otto, not because you wouldn't be able to say if it was Zogmar.
That's
Uh,
true.
Zogmar,
It could be
'cause
him.
Otto
It's
was
the
a
two
demon.
suspects. The two suspects is the kid and then that thing.
he
question.
has a name.
Maybe I don't want I know it's not really my place, but the King of Atrophy, he's not all-knowing, right?
He knows quite a lot.
Yeah.
Knows a lot. Exarch knows more. That I
Maybe
can confirm.
You.
maybe he knew that something was inside Otto, and he just assumed it was evil because it was, well, I'm sorry, Zogmar, but a demon.
Yes.
But maybe he couldn't see into the demon's intentions, or Zogmar, your intentions, because you seem to have no connection. Well, you have a connection to the Dark Lord, but not like anymore.
Indeed.
Are you like, you're not evil, are you?
No. Well, sorry, not
Well-
a good person, as
Well,
one
evil's a
would
j-
put it.
I mean, I collect severed heads. Some people call that evil, but I think I'm pretty good.
Exactly.
I kind of
Do you
like
collect
this guy.
severed heads?
No.
Aw. You want to see mine?
No. I do
Aw.
not. I do not like to disrespect the ones I have to. Well, you know.
Oh, I do.
So what's your ambition then, kid? What are you here for? What's your goal?
The way I see it, okay, I have multiple paths ahead of me, right? There's some. This is like something I was taught when I was learning how to negotiate. There's only a few paths I can actually take that are actually viable. And those would be, go back to normal, somehow get back into my family house and continue trading and become noble and continue the family line. But, I'm dead now, so I don't think I can rule my family house.
I mean, I think dead is a strong word. I would say life and...
I suppose you're enlightened.
You are
And-
trapped on a bad side of a deal.
with no sail.
With no sail.
I think you could be a
On and
mean
off like
ruler,
them.
but like
What's
mean
the
in a
other
good way.
option? You said you
And-
become a noble or what?
I could continue with the coalition. Maybe find some way back to being human again. Maybe I can talk to the Dark Lord and see if I can't undo this in some way.
Is,
I think
is
my
Dark Lord gonna
ties
try
are-
and kill you if you try to like go back?
I don't think so.
Is
He
his
said
name as
that-
menacing as Dark Lord? Like, I'm feeling he would like
I
something.
I think he wants to work with me. He's not as evil as he seems. Like, I've worked with him for a little bit now, and he wanted me to kill the
Advisor?
yes, the advisor, and free Zogmar from Otto's body.
That
That's
was
what-
not your doing.
Oh,
That was my own.
okay. I guess I somehow helped, because I'm not entirely sure what I did, but it happened after that, so I think it's connected. But I can't talk with Boris CC anymore. That's kind of cut.
The only thing I could offer is the Exarch. And even then, I'm not too sure about what his ultimate goals are, other than, restoring peace to the universe. So, or peace to everything, I should say.
And you guys were right. I have been trying to listen to you more. I thought the whole killing the oracles, that was just like a grab for power, that the freedom fighters were just terrorists. But you were right, there was a greater evil there. I don't really know the path forward. I don't think any of us really do, but I'm going to try my best, and I'm not going to betray the party, and I hope that's enough for you guys. I promise to try to be transparent, and...
You kind of already are. Like,
Not
use,
literally. I don't think you
point-
meant literally.
Point a finger at Ambrose. Not like I don't want to like do damage to him, but like vicious mockery with you kind of already
What?
are transparent.
Oh...
Was that a?
I'm just
Dude, can you just like cast vicious mockery, just like meta? Don't target Ambrose, just cast it.
Do we have the soundbot in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ambrose, you just feel slightly hurt. Like, you don't take damage, obviously. You just feel slightly hurt.
That's almost
yanking.
max damage.
I'm just yanking your.
It's
chain,
just still.
trying to lighten the mood.
Ambrose, just kind of looks down, somehow frowning.
I don't think he meant it. Ambrose, look, for what it's worth, I don't think you're a traitor. And if you were to become one, well, I feel like we could convince you out of betraying us.
I don't know if I should kill my father.
Oh, I'm not getting involved in that. But-
Yeah, I don't know if if you're the right people to ask about that. I think it might be helpful though, because the Dark Lord promised me more power if I did, and maybe I could help in fights more.
That is all he does. Promise power.
Power isn't the end all goal for everything.
Exactly.
Maybe I could
I may be trying to be more
become powerful enough to stop being a skeleton, and so I can eat again.
Best I can do, I can try and talk to the Exarch about that. I am not sure what if he probably has the power to turn you back into a human, but I don't know what that would entail.
He said to look for something. The Dark Lord, I mean, to look for a note in Otto's pocket, but I couldn't find it.
No.
Some sort of paper, I don't know. I was hoping that would help explain some things. I don't know who's next. I'm sorry if I'm...
It's Zogmar would be.
But I thought he already... Yeah.
No,
He's
he's the newest member. Why would he go before you?
He told us in the beginning, I believe.
That was like,
first-
That was kind of rushed.
Yeah.
that was like an
okay.
initial thing.
Yes.
Imagine, I think we're all curious about your old relation with the Dark Lord, judging from what Amber's...
And
And your heavy implications that you really don't like him anymore.
Is he your dad?
No,
actually,
Is he your uncle?
we are not related.
Was he your mailman?
You said it was the year 1400, right?
Right now, yeah.
correct.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's interesting.
It just turned.
Why, were you born, like, literally millions of years ago?
About 3,000.
Close.
Wait, what? How does that work? It's only 1400.
Yes,
3,000 is much bigger than 1400.
indeed.
I don't think time can be negative.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Well, the year 0 is... Well, I told you. This cataclysm, it's a cycle. 0, well...
That's the starting point. That's when it
yes.
ends. Or-
0 was... Well, it was the world rebuilding from 0. Though, I guess I should start at the very beginning. I, as you know, am a pyro fiend. We are not born, but created by chance. All fiends come from a place in the underworld called the Pits of Sorrow. As the name implies, it is a pit.
Very
The bottom?
sorrowful.
Yes. The bottom is where all fiends are born. Through the mixing of the blood of the races above and the howling of the souls below, on occasion mix in the perfect way to create a fiend. And in my case, as all pyrofiends, they mix almost perfectly. We, by birth, are stronger and more intelligent than other fiends you might have read about or unfortunately seen. From the Pits of Sorrow, it takes a normal fiend hundreds of years to climb out, as all other fiends are climbing out as well, fighting to get to the top. Us pyrofiends have an advantage, for obvious reasons. I made it there, to the top, in record time. Under the eyes of the Dark Lord, he was
How long?
impressed. 40 years, give or take. Much faster than anyone else had, well, escaped. And, well, he wanted to make me his apprentice. His number 2. And that he did. For years I served under him. He taught me my fighting style. The one that he created. The one that Ambrose now has.
But Ambrose is just kind of in shock.
This energy, and he kind of waves his hand, and the same energy as his hair, like fire color, kind of, this flame kind of engulfs his hand in this same kind of green energy. It is the energy of the soul, a master of, well, the Dark Lord. He masters the soul. He has conquered it. It is hard to explain, but the way of the long death, what I used to be a master in, and what Ambrose is only newly discovered, is a way of altering, moving the soul of others and yourself around to either get whoever you are attacking to a certain state where you can take their soul for yourself, only if it is temporary, and use it to your advantage. He trained me in that. I became a master. But us pyrofiends are, unlike other fiends, immortal. Not that we can't die, but we come back every time, always starting at the bottom of the pits. As you can imagine, crawling out of the Pits of Sorrow is not, well, pleasant.
Does that mean you could possibly be older from coming back from the pit? Because you've come out one.
The first time I came out was 3,000 years ago. I have returned many times since then.
Okay.
Wow, it does affect me. I can remember, well, some, after my many deaths. I killed what he told me to kill. I tortured the ones he told me to torture. But every time, As I begged him to save me from the brink of death, he never did. He ensured that I had to climb out, over and over. I hated him for it. I still do. I told him I was done helping, and that I would use my power as a pyrofiend to leave his realm and go to where, well, anywhere but there. He laughed and sent me back. As soon as I climbed out, the last time, I did not go back to him. I seeked those in his realm that also did not like the way he ruled. And with their help and my natural power as a pyrofiend, I got to here. Not Plague-Lad, but this realm. I was all alone, far to the west on a different continent. The beauty I saw in the land shocked me. How different it was from where I was from, where the skies were red and the rain was of blood. Here it was different. People had ambition, not just to serve, but for happiness, and, well, I had never seen anything like it. And I never wanted to leave. I was a free spirit. While I had a link, quite a strong one, to my former ruler, I could finally live the way I wanted to. As you can imagine, I could barely get by. A fiend in this realm is not, well, gladly looked upon. I ran with the only people who would take me. Criminals. And, well, my fighting style is very effective. I soon rose in their ranks and led a small group of my own. We stole what we needed to survive. Took odd jobs here and there. Until, well, we robbed the wrong person. I do not know who they were, but they were a powerful mage. One full of knowledge. They quickly killed everyone in my group. But they knew what I was. They knew I could come back. So when they killed me, they made sure my soul did not go back to where it belonged. They enchanted a book with the essence of my soul. And from there, it's hazy. From there, I awoke inside of Otto. I do not know how, but I do know that I was not alone inside of Otto. Like I said, like two twins in the womb, there was another presence. From what I could get from him, he was hiding. He was weak, plagued by some sort of, well, plague. And, well, I saw his intentions. He had done this to Otto. He only wanted power, and he worked, or rather was a follower of my previous king. So I killed him, absorbed him, and from there I was, well, trapped. Until, well, you all saw the end of that part of my life. And he just kind of leans back in his chair and just kind of puts his hands like behind his head. That's my story.
So,
What?
question.
Yes.
What was your last job from him?
It was preparation.
For what?
Another cataclysm, I'm guessing.
Exactly. I thought that was the way things had to be, how it had always been. And to my knowledge, it was.
I guess my question now is, do you plan on going through with it this time?
I see the world differently now that I've been to this realm. I do not wish for it to be destroyed.
Then I'll ask the question that we've asked everyone, so we're all on terms. What's your goal? What side are you on? Are you good? You bad? Neutral?
That is the question, though. While I definitely do not want to step into the realm he has stepped into, and he kind of points to Ambrose. Well, I simply just want to never end up back where I always end up.
So is that a neutral? I'm assuming, as long as we can keep you from going back there, we're all
Yes.
on good terms.
But if there is a way, somehow, to stop this vicious cycle, I'm definitely for it.
That's all I needed to hear. Well,
His father is suffering a plague.
I'm guessing,
If he was,
go ahead, Balazar.
you said Otto's father was suffering from a plague,
Yes.
but he was little more than a soul trapped in someone else's body. How could he be affected by a plague?
That I do not know. All I knew was that he was weak, and I saw his eyes. They were... well, they had the mark of one who had been touched by the Dark Lord.
Well, I guess I'll step up to the plate here and I'll say that this whole traitor business is behind us now. I'm just gonna get the past out of the past. We've all left it on the table, and I think it should stay here on the table. Is everyone else in agreement? We all know what terms we're on. We all good?
I certainly feel better.
Well, I'm
Okay,
just gonna
however-
dismiss it as a traitor being whatever. Is it Zogmar? Is that how you pronounce it? Zogmar?
Yes.
Whatever he dealt with. So, let's put it behind us and let's move forward with our goals.
How about, instead of that, we agree on, if we do find a traitor eventually, like, let's not look for them, but if we find one, we will skin them and kill them in the most possibly painful way possible.
I'm in agreement.
That sounds good.
Even if I'm
Agreed.
If we find out someone's...
I'd have it coming.
I agree on this contract. If it's me, it's not me. But if it was me, I would want you guys to skin me and behead me and probably, other horrific shit. So I will do that to you if you are the traitor. Not that I think anyone here is one. Personally, I think that we're all capable of good.
In any case, if any of us are the traitor, we can worry about this whole cosmic battle thing when we're dead.
Assuming that's what their involvement is.
Yeah.
they're involved in it, I should say.
How was
Yeah.
breakfast, by the way? I think I did a
Oh, it
pretty
was
good
great.
job.
It was great. Yours just entire mood completely shifts.
I hope you all enjoyed breakfast.
One
It is-
last thing before we wrap this up. Bug.
What, was the ham undercooked? I was kind of worried the ham would be undercooked.
No, this is not about your cooking, Bug. It's about the flute.
Oh, what, this? And Bug pulls out the Bard's Web, Jack.
Do
Oh,
not
no.
Ambrose
Put it
hides
down.
under the table.
put it down.
What are those runes?
I'll put it back. And Bug puts it back in his bag. Oh, this is just like a thing I found.
We need to have a serious talk about that thing.
Why? Do you not like it?
None of it. You can't control it.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of part of the interesting thing. Sometimes it does good things, sometimes it does horrible things.
It is only done horrible things,
Let's
What do
just
you
say, how about this? It's a last resort.
and you don't play it within 50 feet of me.
I mean, simply run 50 feet away from me when I want to play it.
I
What does
can't
it
outrun
do?
sound.
It does, like, pretty much, anything. I don't
Whatever
control
he
it whatsoever.
Whenever he plays it, something random happens. Like making all of our weapons and armor weigh 200 tons, or
dropping a massive block of dry ice on us
or
and crashing us to the hotel
destroying
kitchen.
a building because you dropped a giant ice cube through a floor.
Or whatever. I mean, it made Chester say a couple words.
It wasn't even there for that. I don't think.
What? No, it,
And
no,
with the ice thing?
no, it made him say a few words. I used it on him. Remember?
Oh, I think he just grumbled. I don't think that was one.
No, he said, which is new. He usually doesn't say that.
Speaking of which, how is Chester, by the way? Chester has been beside Ambrose this entire time, right?
Ambrose reaches his hand out and pats Chester on the
Top.
lid. The lid.
Let's say the lid.
Yeah.
Like the very top of his lid.
What does
I was
Chester
going
say?
to ask, what
Chester,
is
speak.
that? Chester.
Thanks.
Why didn't you say it?
Granby.
Granby?
What is that thing? And
This-
Zucker points to Chester.
There's Chester. He helps me carry my things.
Also mine.
Everyone's. if they need
Everyone's,
it.
yes.
I believe I still have a metal doorstop in him. I don't really want it, but it's still in him.
Yeah.
As everyone's talking about
Have you
Chester,
ever
his
seen
like,
anything
mouth
like
opens
this?
slightly, like he's smiling. By the way.
Is Chester just a dog?
Is he panting?
He's not making any noise, his mouth is just open. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's from Don't Starve.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There he is.
that's everything. I recommend we clean up and get ready for whatever the hell we're doing today.
Yes. What is that town nearby?
Bresson.
Oh god.
Oh, they
That's
serve some
what I-
really good dragon steaks.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to burn that city to the ground.
I mean, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Like, it's pretty useful having a city so close to us. That's only like a 30-minute
Yes,
walk.
until they decide to skin us alive.
In which
You can
time
just
we can
not
kill
send
them.
the Dragonborn there. Or dragons, in my case.
Let's just
You
not
could just
send
have,
the
like-
big scaly guys.
Did I ever tell you the full story, Balazar, about that?
What full story?
Full story?
What?
Of Bresson.
What about it?
What full story?
About, Mo and my shenanigans there.
You mentioned
No,
that
you-
you figured out how
Mentioned
that
you
they
and
had
Mo had figured
Dragonborn.
out that he was selling Dragonborn meat, but very little else than that. I imagine you did something late at night that you shouldn't have. And did you go into the back room?
So, if you could recall, I had just lost all of my money to the Golden Letter. And Bo and I were going. We made a deal. God, I sound so scummy. I'm trying to be transparent. Not the holes in my chest, but the act of being truthful. Actually, I think Mo still has Brock's money. We decided
Actually,
that...
That's a good. That reminded me, Ambrose. Do we even know what happened to Mo?
I think he ran off with Brock's money after he died. 'Cause I had been talking to him on the carpet ride. And I said to him, I think Brock would want us to both split his money. Because I was very poor and I was just thinking about myself. What happened was that never happened, and then he disappeared.
I guess.
And I don't even know what we should have done with his money, but it doesn't matter now because it's gone.
Well, actually, now that you mentioned that, I may know what happened to Mo. He left a note for me.
If you do not mind, please enlighten us, because we're currently just missing a man.
Yeah.
Elf.
Let me
Ew.
try.
You remember that night he just threw ball bearings at you, Balazar?
Yes, I remember. Hugh, why do you sound nervous?
Give me a second. I'm downloading the PDF again.
Oh no.
Hugh, what's a
Hugh, how are you downloading stuff?
Okay, sorry.
Hugh is actually a fucking warforged.
Hugh
He
rolls
downloads
for downloading.
to
You
trade.
pulled out his
Roll for
Chromebook.
Can I
downloading.
speak, please? I
Sorry.
This is a new computer. Had to re-download it.
It's fine.
Also, this is very awkward because, I mean, he spelled my name wrong, but it's whatever. Too humorous, as in to laugh. By now, you and the oh, I should be reading this in Hugh's voice. Yeah, this is the letter he left me. He like flicks the paper to make a little flapping sound that papers make when you straighten them out. By now, you and the coalition have realized I will not be returning. You are the only person receiving this letter and must keep it a secret. He like looks over the paper. This is the time to share it.
Screw that, dude.
We're getting things out on the table. This is fine. And then he like looks back to the paper. I am trusting you with this knowledge because you have always held out faith in me. I have left to pursue a different life. I've spent my life searching for a family, a home. You know, wow, he really ended that sentence weird. Huh. Can I not find one because I never learned how to live with one? I thought I could call the coalition home, but some members of the coalition can't call me family, so how could it ever be home? What I have realized is that for me, home doesn't exist. This is why I've decided to leave the coalition and, in metaphor, leave this life. He has that in quotes. I've found a new path for me. In time, humorous, again, as in laughing. I will tell you more, but for now, I need to do this on my own. Do have a few requests for you. 1. I'm leaving you with Sehaneen's moonbow. It's a powerful and beautiful weapon I know you'll handle with skill. And like, he was gonna reach with one hand and grab it and just set it out on the table in front of him. 2. And as he says the words 2, he just freezes and is staring at the paper. And there's like this very long pause. He's just staring at the paper.
2?
Ew.
Something wrong?
I am leaving you with Elwyn. He represents the best of me. He represents what you brought out in me. Elwyn may not trust you at first, but give him time and I know he'll open up. Maybe even try and learn some rabbit in your free time so you can speak with him.
I knew
He's
it.
crumpling.
I knew it. Elwyn was a rabbit.
He's like clutching
He
the paper.
left you.
I left.
Wait, I remember you had him. Wait, what happened to Elwyn?
I left the rabbit in the tavern in Valor.
Oh my god!
No.
mean, I remember Otto saying, I think Otto said he screamed.
Moose Rabbit's dead.
Rabbit was a spawn of the advisor, I'm calling it now.
Like he was like crumpled, like you know how you get really mad, you grip onto a paper and it like kind of crumbles on the edges. It was that. 3.
Killed him. Killed a rabbit.
There's more. 3. I have left you with my dagger of Pin Rouge. I would like for you to give it to my replacement. I know the coalition will find one quickly. I would like the dagger to represent my spot in the coalition, so even if I am unwanted, I will not be forgotten. Mo Hernandez. Hold up. I feel like we're missing that. There's something.
There's the part where he gave.
Are you asking where Donnie is? Because he hasn't been here in a long time.
Donnie?
Yeah, no, he kind of did.
Oh,
you barely remember him. You remember that Paradise, and it was like, yeah, Donnie, I think, was involved with that.
I remember someone named Donnie. I can't remember who, but that was during that hazy time where we were all running.
We met him in the sewers, and he followed us around for a bit, and then he kind of vanished.
Oh, did I ever tell you that he like slapped a child?
What?
I don't know what he was trying to do. We just
I remember that.
You weren't even there, Ambrose.
What? When was this?
No, he slapped me. I forgot.
I took him Dimensional Deals, and that's when I got that pearl, and he got the hat. Later got the Rod of Security, I think, or both. I can't remember. And to test the hat, he just slapped a kid.
Did he just get trapped in the Rod of Security?
I don't think that's an actual Rod of Security.
Well, should we worry about him? I mean, he kind of didn't want to be in the group anyways. He was kind of there.
I think he's lost in the void.
Should we worry about him?
You'll figure it out. We got bigger fish to fry.
Like what?
He did kind of slap a kid.
Anything going on right now?
What do you mean, like what? There was some nasty haddock in the fridge. I think dinner's gonna be good tonight. You thought I meant like a metaphor.
Yes.
No, not really. Right now we're just chilling. Honestly, I'm kind of itching for a new adventure, but I could do with some R&R.
Gives us time to repair.
I think that's what one of the R's means in R&R.
No, that's rest and
repair.
I think it's reconnaissance.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I thought
it was rest and relax.
I thought it was ramen, rice, and I can't remember what that third R is.
It's only
there's not a third R. There's no third R in R&R.
It's rest and rutabaga.
Oh, that's right. It's just rice and ramen. That's right.
Are you okay?
What does foobar mean?
What does what mean?
Nothing.
Foobar?
Foobar?
No, I didn't say anything. Never mind.
That is
yes, you did. What did you say?
That is an elvish name.
What, foobar? How do you spell
yes. F-U-B...
E-R?
Yes.
I have never...
I'm pretty sure Foobar is the name of that one story about that group of adventurers who died underneath a goblin village. You know, failed under a box in a mirror, are dead.
No, I believe a foobar is a sort of pastry.
No, I think you have that wrong.
You are thinking of rutabaga.
No, rutabaga is a vegetable.
What's a rutabaga?
It's a vegetable, yeah.
I remember because we got a massive...
Does anyone want to do a history check to figure out what foobar is?
Nah, Bug already knows.
Well,
I didn't say that in character.
I know, I can't get out of the Bug voice, though.
This is kind of nice, just sitting around having a conversation for once.
Brian lost his voice.
He
can't find it.
Well,
do we have any plans for the day? Sorry to interrupt you.
Zogmar.
Yes, that.
Zagmare.
Well, you guys trying to pronounce my name when we met?
I
got
did.
I got it wrong again. Sorry.
I did have a idea of maybe going into town. I kind of have nothing.
I'm not sure if Bresson hates Dragonborn. I don't think they're gonna like
Yeah,
pyro
no,
fiends.
they'll probably riot when they see a.
And
No,
you wanted to keep the town alive, correct?
Yeah,
As of right now, yes.
I mean they were fine
Sorry,
with
Balzar.
me. They liked my singing.
Unfortunately.
Noted.
Wheeze.
Please.
I'm sorry.
It's a common phrase.
I could really go for a break.
Yeah, we
I was
should
about to
probably-
ask.
Yeah.
Do you want to like after like a break? Do you guys want to like keep going or
Yes.
I
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely
very
want to
much.
keep going, yeah.
like Brian?
Yeah, I'm good. My voice just
Alright.
hurts.
All
I
right.
need to go into the hallway and grab some water.
All right.
Yeah.
Hummus, Demis. What's verdict? Keep.
Yeah, I
His name is not
going.
hummus.
I love the how Ambrose and that looks like the. Is this a pigeon?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we can
Is
just
this a
like.
foo bar?
I'm going to go find some conky cola.
Can you get me some of that
Dr. Bob?
Proctor Bob?
Dr.
Oh.
Bob! Lord forgive me! I'm drinking the Dr. Bob tonight!
Is it?
Do you
is it? I
mean-
feel like it's what is it?
I think you're thinking of Practitioner Bobbus.
Break time.
Oh, Robert. Oh, you're thinking of that's what it is. It's Robert, practitioner Robert. Yeah, give me one of those.
Why were you arguing about foobar? It just means out of working order.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
Isn't it?
That's not what foobar means.
Yeah,
It's
I
fucked
was,
up beyond all-
repair.
yeah, it's out of working order.
Did you really just Google it and it gave you out of working order? I like how you didn't know, so you had to Google it. It means
Yeah.
fucked up beyond all repair.
It's like
I didn't-
saying snafu means a bad situation. You're only half right.
Because I don't know what fucking acronyms are. Who cares?
It's a military one. It's like, what's another one like that? There's a lot of them.
Snafu.
Snafu, yeah.
Situation normal, all fucked up.
I like that one a lot. My voice really hurts.
I just love the part where Drogo said that, or someone said that he's caught in a internal conflict, and my mind instantly went to Black Mesa, like Zen with internal conflict. Alright, but yeah, this recording has been going on for 3 hours and 7 minutes, so
Christ.
I will be right back. I'm stopping the recording for this break.
I will be back.
I will also be
Nice.
back and get me some Pebbles.
We want.
Yeah, get some Weewaw.
All I have is Weewaw and Mountain Dew Voltage.